Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Smell the marijuana when I speed through. Hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Shit, get your money, not your hater. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm all the way up, I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you, I'm a coach now. Commentating through the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Make little baby tooted with her nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
What's up, good Veepo? I just realized the issue. Somebody else was up here. What's up, good Veepo? Let me know that you can hear me by typing cooked catfish in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. Cooked catfish. That's a little bit of a tongue twist. Cooked catfish, because we are about to cook up another alleged influencer chef, and this one is a catfish. I think once we're done, I think we will take a poll at the end, and I'll ask you, have we cooked up a catfish? Because this is very interesting. So this story has been, I think, over a year in the making, and a long time ago I started getting requests to do this story. And when I looked into it, I was like, I have no idea what's going on. It's like so much to it. Thank you to everyone who's letting me know that you can hear me by typing cooked fish. We got Precious and Toysby and Alice and Akum and Carol and Valerie and Nicole and Deborah and Marja and Taffy and Kim and Sweet Diva and Foodie and Shane. And thank you to Sneakerdoodles and everyone else. Queen Bee. Every time I want to stop, I'm like, I can say this last name. But thank you to everyone in the chat who's letting me know that you can hear me. But as I was saying, this story was really hard for me to wrap my head around when I first came upon it. And literally for a year, I was starting to collect things, but I just couldn't understand it because it was just too much going on. And the group that I had become a part of that exposes Chef Talings, I think is what she calls herself. But anyway, the group that exposes her, I see a lot of dragging, but for a new person, I was like, I don't understand. I see the dragging, but I don't know what's all the factual stuff. And y'all know how I do stuff around here. But anyway, thanks to my reliable source, I was able to wrap my head around this. And Tyra is more like boiled fish. You're right, because fried catfish is actually pretty tasty. But thank you to the 95% of you who have hit that like button. Let me know in the poll that you've hit it. The 5% of you, please hit that like button as soon as you can. It's free, and it's your way to support the work that I am doing because, again, this has been a year of research to get us to this point. So, on top of that, I'm a little delirious because I didn't have a lot of sleep, and I have literally been going since early this morning, like 6:30 this morning. And for those of you who were here, you know we did the live earlier, and now we're doing another live. And y'all know I don't roll like this. Some creators, YouTubers, they can roll like this, months on end. I ain't that kind of creator. I ain't got that kind of energy. It wipes me out. But so I'm also feeling a little unfiltered because of that. But I think for this story, I originally planned to do two. I hesitate to call these people chefs, but influencer cooks. I was going to do two stories. I was going to do Chef Talings with another guy, Jeff something, and he's a food truck scam, well, a caterer scammer. And I was like, I'll just combine them together. Well, when I got to digging into this one or putting it together, I was like, this story here is so deep and complex that it can't share the stage with any other story. This here is a Netflix series all by itself, literally. So as we get into it, I'm going to throw up another poll and let me know if you have, I didn't even put her picture up. Let me know if you have, put that wrong. If you've heard of Chef Talings, what am I trying to do? Here we go. Let me know if you've heard of her. Are you familiar with her at all? And I got a lot of this information from her former supporters. Honestly, I knew nothing about her prior to lying. But yeah, I knew nothing about Chef T until I had people reaching out to me in my DMs, et cetera, as I said before. And so basically, we're going to go through the things that I've been able to put together. I think there'll be a few of her former and maybe even some current followers in the chat. Those of you who know more about this story feel very welcome to comment in the chat and let me know if I'm missing anything, etc. I, of course, could not cover every single thing. And literally my system can only hold, the StreamYard system can only hold 100 images, and I was over 100. So I was like, this is the first time that's ever happened with any story that I've ever done where I had so many receipts that one story filled up my whole system. So there's a couple things I left out on purpose just because I couldn't fit it all in. So I had to do a little bit of process of elimination. But anyway, we're going to talk about the many faces of Chef Telling, Chef T, Chef Telling, Chef Telling, whatever y'all want to call her. We're gonna talk about her background. There's some alleged, well, I'm gonna even say alleged, but it's public record, criminal history. She's denying it. Her deceptive social media practices, her cookbook scammed and unfulfilled orders. It's very, when you start to dig into this, you see a lot of parallels between her and Darius Crooks. It's very interesting. But, you know, most scammers kind of run the same way. And then lies, excuses, fake accounts, a web of lies. We have a whole list. First, I was calling it the list of lies, and then I just renamed it the web of lies because it's very convoluted. So we're going to go through those. It's more bulleted, and additional accusations from customers, customer complaints, and then because I am a fair person, although this clearly lays out what the hell we talking about, I am a fair person, so I'm going to also share receipts of her responses and rebuttals to some of these accusations, and then y'all gonna let me know at the end what y'all feel about this, what y'all think about it. So we have Talings Dottie Rutledge, and who goes by Chef Telling. What I wasn't clear on is with some of these receipts were how recent they were. So she allegedly is a paralegal, and I guess in addition to being this social media influencer, and she put out a post, because this is where we started to go down the rabbit hole of these stories. And I was gonna say you don't know what's true, but a lot of it can be proven to not be true. But anyway, she posted this, and this is what makes people think that, again, she was or is a paralegal. And this post that she did says, "This isn't food related, but I am so proud of myself. I won my first law case as head paralegal yesterday, and my client didn't even need a lawyer. They settled and dropped my client as a defendant from a $25 million case. She just cried from joy. So did I." And then she allegedly is, I guess, posting the email. It says, Dear Miss, plaintiff makes the following confidential and privileged statements, offer open for a period of 14 days and subject to conditions and terms stated below. I don't know how the hell that proves nothing. I understand that you wouldn't. Right. I'm saying, y'all, do paralegals try cases? Like, for one, no, we do know this. We know this. We know this. Paralegals read the documents, organize them, and give the information to the attorney so that the attorney can argue the case. But okay, so we're gonna go with this. She's a social media influencer with over 500,000 followers on Facebook alone. I don't know if she's on other platforms. I feel like I probably checked in the very beginning a year ago, but I didn't check recently. But anyway, we do know she has a presence on Facebook. It's quoted as 500,000. That's her follower count. We know that whatever. That could mean something. That could mean nothing. Could not be true at all. But anyway, and then I'm gonna just say allegedly. Although I have seen some court documents. I didn't have time to read through them. Again, all this other stuff was just taking too much time. But there is, has been noted that she allegedly was a bank teller who was charged with stealing credit card numbers and selling them. And there was she had a couple accomplices. However, it seems as though she's the only one who ended up not serving any jail time. And I forgot to put the image in here, but y'all don't need to look it up if you care that much. But I have seen it. I do actually have it here. I just, again, didn't read through it. So that's one of the things. So now we're talking about a person, and I'm all about, you know, second chances and all of that. I don't believe if someone makes a mistake in their life that they automatically, you know, are bad people and untrustworthy for the rest of their life. I don't believe that at all. However, when someone has that history, and then on top of that, you fast forward into the future, and then they still have accusations like that, or even more about fraudulent behavior, then that's when, you know, I'm like, okay, all bets are off. No second chances, no third chances or second chances. This poll I'm closing out. Have you ever heard of Chef Talings? And 79% of you say no, 20% of you say yes. And it's pretty much what I thought. Because even seeing that she has on screen 500,000 followers, I'm like, this is not a situation of a person who has 500,000 followers. This is a situation of a person who purchased a large amount of followers, hundreds of thousands, and got themselves to have that visual number. But nothing else is saying that. And as a social media influencer, I understand how that stuff works, and her life ain't saying that at all. Nothing about her really is saying that. But anyway, my research reveals that Chef Talings has been accused of running a Ponzi scheme and scamming her followers, the 20%, probably many of the 20% that are viewing right now. Astonishingly, though, she has also again been implicated in the credit card fraud, and we're going to dig a little deeper. My source was telling me that since that she was following Chef T since 2017, and she never showed her face on any cooking videos. So that started to be a little strange, a little odd. I have seen, like, we can say tasty food blog or whatever they call it. It's like the little viral videos. I think most times they don't show. I don't think, maybe they just started showing faces, but for the most part, a lot of their videos don't have faces in it. So that's not automatically a red flag. But what does become a red flag is when you start to add all of these other pieces to it. They've also said that she won't go live, and when she did, it was in a filthy house with clearly amateur cooking skills and subpar cookware. So we're going to get into that a little bit as well. Go ahead here. Well, we just put that up. So her biography she gives of herself, Chef T, is she says she's the owner and executive chef at So Good Comfort Food. She says, we create spectacular dishes and turn them into extraordinary delights. We are a full-service catering company with an outstanding background and resume. Our comfort food ranges from soul, traditional, vegetarian, vegan, and pescatarian dishes. We have every type of culinary plate for all appetites. We are the best of the best and the most affordable catering service in Los Angeles. Very generic caption. Very generic. But okay. Oh, this is the other piece as it pertains to the criminal background. So according to the documents, it says she also admitted to selling credit card numbers when she worked at Key Bank in Ohio. So this is according to those court documents. They are saying that she has an active warrant. She has active warrants currently. I haven't looked any of that up. This is alleged. And she fled from Ohio to California, but she's bold AF because soon she will be behind bars for those crimes and the ones she now is committing as far as scamming her followers and stuff. These are really hard. Like, there's a lot of scammers out there, and we talk about Darius Crooks a lot around here, and it's not as easy to get these people locked up for their scams as you might think. It ends up being stuff like IRS, tax evasion and stuff. That's, you got to work your way around. It's like Al Capone. They didn't get him for the many unalivings he did and all the other crimes. It was the tax evasion. So this may be a similar situation. Anyway, she has she has many fake accounts and bots that she uses. So bot accounts are like burners. So it's almost like, let's say if I created or bought, you can even purchase them. I purchased 20 blind accounts, and from the outside looking in, you'll think that it's, this one is a teenager, this one is a grown woman in her 40s with her children and husband and all that. It can be anything. The names can be whatever. You can have photos, and you can just like profile pictures. You can buy them, and then you can use them and comment behind them and harass people and all of that. And so she's been accused of having these burner accounts as well. And she will say that when the accusations about the credit card fraud it being on her record from years ago, she will say that the credit card fraud case was photoshopped by a hacker, meaning she's saying, don't believe the public records. Like, a hacker got into public court documents and they added my name in there. That's not true. It's not. You got to ignore that. That's not real. That's what she said. So her social media presence has been raising many questions. Despite her claiming to be a professional chef, she has not showcased her cooking skills in any live videos and often provides low quality recordings and questionable photos of her food creations, because that's what she says. She's a food creator with her catering service. Moreover, there are concerns about stolen pictures and recipes featured in her cookbook. But we're going to dig a little deeper into these discrepancies, because people are saying that these photos that you see of her that she's posted all over her social media, when you look at it, sometimes people have already seen it on somebody else's platform and they know it's not hers. Sometimes it just looks suspicious and they look it up and they realize it wasn't hers. Most of the receipts that she claims were her original creations have been debunked as other creators work, as I said, and her chef meals are, well, in general, when chefs create meals, like if you follow chefs or even, hell, your family members who cook certain dishes, it looks a certain way. Their style of cooking is the same way. And so what they're saying is that when she posts these pictures supposedly of her cooking, they all look different. They don't look like the same person made them. On top of that, the backgrounds don't even be the same, which is another reason, we getting into it, but another reason why as we get through these, start looking at photos and stuff, you'll notice that they're like zoomed in on whatever the food item is. It's like, can I see the table setting? Like, so it's almost like she does that on purpose, where you can't see the surrounding, you can't see the type of table or counter or whatever that is sitting on, so that you can't compare and say, I thought you had a white marble countertop. Now you got this sheet. The plate is on the sheet, because we're going to see that too. So that sort of thing. So I think that's I know that's very purposeful, very purposeful. And when asked for receipts, she has, like anytime someone asks her for recipes, one of her followers who don't understand that this is all a Ponzi scheme, that there is no real cook there. There's no real chef. This is all smoke and mirrors. They don't know no better because they just taking everything at face value. When they ask for these wonderful recipes, she's always telling them, I'll post it later. So she's not posting the pictures and then adding the recipe in the caption, which is what most influencers would do, or they already have a cookbook that aligns with it. And then they're saying she allegedly makes up, like totally just makes up the recipes. Like, I don't know, shit, this look like this or that. And she just send it. Or she then Googles it and then cuts and pastes whatever the recipe says on Google. So one example of that is this teriyaki sauce that she claimed that she made that was homemade. And in front of the image. And so she says she used 1 cup of soy sauce and orange juice, brown sugar. Hold on, let me get rid of this comment. Minced ginger, garlic powder, and claims she whisked it vigorously, and then she pours it over lamb chops and burgers. You can pour it over lamb chops, lamb steaks, or burgers, or whatever you want. So then a person who I guess has more experience, and they might even be a chef or cook themselves, commented and says, I don't agree with that version. To me, it definitely takes away the beautiful taste of the lamb. No thanks on this one. Traditionally wrong. And then, another person. Now, this for me looks like a bot account, the Mahanda Diaz Sinda Apu Marej. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a bot account. So that's likely, possibly, I'm saying allegedly because I don't know for a fact, but I know how these things work. When you see stuff like this and those odd kind of profiles, generally it's a bot account. So she's, again, I told you, she's probably bought many of those 500,000 followers. And so this account says, that looks delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. But every day, see your delicious food videos. I can't control my stomach. And then it got cut off. Now, could be the creator behind that account, or these things can be programmed to automatically make certain comments and promote your stuff and act like they're big fans and all of that. So y'all, those of you who do follow her, you would probably know her writing style or whatever. And would she say something like yummy, 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 but looks fake to me. Looks fake to me. But another example is someone who asked for I guess she has some great Kool-Aid recipe. And this person says, hey, I'm looking for a good, strong recipe for Kool-Aid. Can you help me out? Because obviously the one you gave out to your followers are some point is strong AF. And then there's an automatic reply. So she's not replying. This is an auto reply, obviously. And it says, hi, and says the person's name. Thank you for your message. We are not here right now, but we'll get back to you soon to order. And then it advertises her cookbooklet, spiral booklet. And it says, I don't want any, well, this person then replies and says, I don't want anything besides the recipe to that Kool-Aid. Help a sister out. I want to have people food just like you did with your followers. And then it's an automatic message again. That's not unusual. I have that similarly set up on Facebook. Usually the message you have that go out should let them know there's an auto message and your reply, whatever. But what this points to is the fact that this is her way of avoiding communicating what she don't know to her followers. This is a way of kind of getting around it. And we also have just a few dishes. Now there's a ton of them. Again, I told you I can only put so many images in here. We already over the limit. had over 100, and we can only fit 100 images in this live stream. So we have just a few dishes that she has in her actual cookbook, and she has posted as her signature meals, she's saying. However, a reverse Google image search has showed the true origins of this food in her cookbook. So the first one we have is this jerk steak and shrimp over yellow rice. The interest, so the larger picture is the original recipe on Pinterest. The smaller image next to it is a screenshot from her actual cookbook. And this is the page in her cookbook with that recipe. What do you notice about the image? Like, we ain't got to the actual instructions and ingredients, but what do you notice about the picture in her cookbook compared to the picture from Pinterest? It's literally the same exact picture. The same exact picture. The same exact picture. And people pay for this cookbook. So you have that one. Some people might be like, oh, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe Pinterest stole it from her. Well, the way to check that out is you look at the date, the published date, and you see who published first. And if, in this case, Pinterest published first. So it's theirs. Then we have another one of her signature recipes. And you see this on her, obviously she had this on her Facebook. It's the cheesesteak croissant. And somebody did a image search, found it on Reddit. What do we notice about this recipe as well? Looks mighty freaking familiar. And you notice everything is zoomed in. It's just very close. No panning out, no, surface area around the place setting or anything. Just zoomed on in. So again, she's charging people. I mean, hell, maybe I need to become a social media influencer chef because the scamming seems fairly easy over there. Not that I wouldn't scam y'all. I don't believe in that. And then we have another. I think this is another. Yeah, this is another one. This one is, I think from what I'm understanding, is that she literally kind of cut and paste somebody's entire post. So this person says, my husband made this chicken breast stuffed with cheese and broccoli. Y'all help me make his day with compliments. Be kind. Then a person commented, Chef Talings made this exact mistake in wording months ago in another group. Either way, this picture is at least 3 years old. Please stop it with my husband or daughter or 3-year-old son made this. So she's just cutting and pasting all over the internet. Cutting and pasting. And then we have another example. This person says, 2 freaking watermarks. Tadpole, why are you always lying? So they're showing that, I guess she's taking images from we know she's taking images from other creators, but then she's watermarking them. And in this one, she did some sort of editing that when you examine closely, you can see that, I guess maybe the other person's name was Chef something, and she added her name to it. It like kind of photoshopped their part out and then just added hers in. I think she's fairly decent in Photoshop. Like maybe she's in the wrong field. Maybe she should have gotten to graphic designs. I mean, not that these photos are that great. Don't give it that much credit. And then we have this one, the last one. Again, just examples. This ain't all of them. This ain't, these just a few little coincidences. Darius Crooks got this sort of stuff out there too. I just ain't because he got hundreds of them as well, where you can prove that he's been stealing people's recipes. Usually always smaller influencers, so people don't know because they haven't heard of those people. And if somebody sees that they have that stuff or making the same thing, they'll claim that they stole it from Darius Crooks. So she's trying to do a similar thing around here. So the caption with this one says, once again, she's not cooking any of this food. Note the different background settings. She's simply stealing pictures and watermarking them. Tell her to go live and let her fans see her cook one of these meals. I'll wait. We ain't have to wait long because we got this video too. I can't wait to get to that. But if you, I don't know how well y'all can see it from, you know, whatever device you're viewing on, but each meal has a different background. So like when you look closely, tables look different color wood, mat. Well, mats can change. People change their mats and stuff. That's understandable. But you can just tell it's a different background. So we're getting to it now. So she's, to my knowledge, from what I could tell, again, this story is, man, it's a lot. I can now, trying to understand this story made me better have understanding for people with Darius Crooks who don't get it because it's overwhelming. And you just like, I don't know. I see people dragging them and I see people saying stuff, but I don't understand how it ties together or what's what, or they calling them a scammer, but I don't know how. And okay, I heard about a cookbook, but I don't know what that mean. And was it one? Did they scam 5 people? I get it now because I'm still, as much as I'm giving y'all tonight, I'm still a little like, I guess I gave y'all as much as I could understand. But to my knowledge, she's only made one very suspicious live stream cooking video showing her face. The other stuff that she claims is her might be a voiceover. You may see some hands. Somebody had pointed out, I don't have the sample here, but someone pointed out that she did a voiceover video of her supposedly cooking from home, but she had on gloves. She had on cooking gloves, you know, like the latex gloves, the black gloves. And people's like, why are you wearing gloves to cook your own meal in your own house? And I'm like, I could see if, you know, you're catering and all of that. Yes, people do that. But I mean, I do put on gloves sometimes. No, a lot of times if I'm, you know, mixing ground turkey, ground beef and all that, because I don't like my hands all in that. It feels icky to me. So I can get it, but she prepared this whole meal. Well, everything she showed had the hands covered. So you couldn't tell the complexion of the hands, man hands, woman hand. You just didn't know. There was gloves, black gloves. So the other thing, so she started getting a lot of pressure to go live. We need to see you actually cooking, because us seeing a hand in a picture or you taking a photo with you eating something, that ain't showing us that you know how to cook. The other piece is some of the, and I don't have any examples here. I didn't think to do that. Some of the posts that I saw, I'm probably going to get blocked after this video, but I have burners. I'm good. But on her page, some of the photos I saw were so generic that I'm like, how are people impressed with this? She would have meals in styrofoam containers, like takeout to go containers in her home, but she was claiming she cooked them. But I'm like, this clearly has come from a restaurant. And there's a lot of them you can, as you look through her archives, you're like, this is clearly from a restaurant. And she just either kept it in a container and took a picture of it, which is, or you can tell she replated something that was commercially made. It's very, very odd. Very, very, very odd. So anyway, people were on her because she was never going live to prove that she could actually cook. So she finally, eventually decided, I'm sorry, I just had a view of image in my head of the video because I've seen it, of course. Hilarious. But anyway, she went live one time to attempt to make catfish that some people are saying was tilapia. So y'all gonna let me know. We're gonna do a poll while y'all watch this because I couldn't quite tell. I know it wasn't steaked catfish, but she used some improper terms too. I noticed that a lot of improper terms. When y'all see this, when y'all see this, oh, y'all gonna be cracking up. So I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get to the video because I'm just ready to laugh about it. So anyway, this is her showing us, how dare you say that I am not a professional, certified, educated chef. I'm going to show you by cooking one of the simplest meal for Black people who can cook, which is fried catfish. Matter of fact, did she ever make sides? Y'all who watched it originally, did she have any sides with it? Because from what I saw, all I saw her do was fried catfish. But anyway, here we go. Here it is. Oh, that's that one. Oh, too far. It might take a minute to start. Oh, it's muted. Is it muted? Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, y'all. Wrong one. This is the one I want.
That is so. I usually let that soak for about 5 minutes.
First of all, I'm gonna stop and go with this. Y'all want to see this? Watch it. Go to Facebook. Go to our page. I don't even know if she still got it up. I would not have this up because this is horrible. So she's dipping her catfish. She's saying it's catfish. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna put this poll up, but y'all let me know if y'all think it's catfish or tilapia. But I mean the plating, I mean the serving dish she has it in doesn't even have enough space for her to put the milk or whatever she's working with and the seasonings. It's gonna like waste everywhere. But we ain't done. I'm gonna let y'all watch it first. Then I'm gonna, I got so much to say about this.
Before I add the cornmeal, and then I deep fry. So I'm gonna check on the oil here and make sure it's hot enough. It seems like it's good enough there. So when it gets to 350, that's the time you want to fry. So it's not there yet. So we're going to let that just soak for a second. And
sorry, that's her buzzing. Now, mind you, this is a social media influencer who supposedly has a very successful cookbook line, has over 500,000 followers on Facebook, and I don't know what else she claims to have. And then she comes on live after years of not, but she's been doing her presentation, like she's been posting videos of her supposedly cooking. The thing was, people were saying we never get to see your face in the video. So the only difference you should see is her face, not the environment, not the way the food is being made, not the plating, not the background, I mean, everything is different. And it's amateur AF. And have y'all noticed that she's cooking on a burner, a little hot plate? What? Where is? Oh, don't get me started.
then I'm going to fix the cornmeal up. So you have cornmeal here. Yellow cornmeal. I'm going to add the rest of the seasoning to it. And when I say a pinch, I mean 1 pinch of flour. I'm just going to shake that up. Simple as that.
Why are these bowls so shallow? This is killing me. And I'm not like I can cook though. I can cook. I can make a Thanksgiving meal and all that. So I ain't gonna even say I can't cook, but I'm not like a huge cook. I don't love to cook constantly. I have to be in the mood, but I could not even function with this situation. This is crazy. And she's supposed to be, her career is built on making great meals and showing people how to do it and inspiring people in the culinary field. And this, and what the hell is happening in the background? And why? Oh my God, y'all, I told you I'm feeling unfiltered today. Why is she cooking on a effing sheet? Anybody else notice that she's cooking on a sheet, like as in bedding? That's not no tablecloth. I can tell the difference. Some of y'all probably can too. And yeah, and that buzzing is annoying, Precious. I'm with you. This is just so interesting. And she's going to talk to y'all. So try to bear through it, because this is gaslighting at its highest level. And the fact that she thought that this could somehow, but I'm sure people bought it. Some people bought it because some people will buy anything. Let's get back into it.
Take our catfish.
She doesn't even look like she knows how to handle. No, I'm sorry. I keep stopping because she don't even look like she knows how to handle the food properly.
And just dredge it right on in there.
A cook, a social media cook, would not have on jewelry while they're doing that.
Dredge until it's fully covered. I usually like to slice mine in half because they're really big. These are gonna be delicious. So I have the Creole seasoning in there, and I have the salt, pepper, garlic salt, and I'm just gonna set it right on back.
It's hanging off onto the sheets, to the bedding that's over. Oh my God. And what is she sitting it on? Is it on a table? Is it on a bed somewhere in the living room? What is happening?
Just slowly judge it. And then we're gonna deep fry it. Now I gotta wait for that to get to 350. When it does, we'll be ready to fry. So there we have that. And then we're gonna wait to fry. So, what's going on, people? How's everybody doing? Is everybody doing all right out there? I see everybody laughing. Ooh, everybody in a good mood. I'm so glad.
She is gaslighting. She's like, ooh, I see everybody laughing. They are laughing at the atrocity of what we're watching, and we're appalled. It's so appalling that it becomes funny. And she acting like people are laughing because it's like, oh, this is so beautiful. It's so fun that we're together. No. And you know that.
Everybody's in a good mood tonight because I am in a good mood too. I got you guys' books going out, thank goodness. And I'm just very happy. Very happy to get you guys.
And if she's by the kitchen, why isn't she cooking on the stove? And the thought I had while I was putting this together for y'all is like, was her gas off? Was her gas off? Is that why she couldn't use the stove? Or is the stove just broke? Because that makes absolutely no sense to be cooking near the kitchen, I guess on a table somewhere, but not use the kitchen. And this wasn't a surprise. People didn't pop up at her house with a cell phone and say, you better go live right this moment. This was her deciding, oh, I need to, the villagers are upset and I better do something or I'm gonna start losing a ton of followers. And so I need to go live, but clean up maybe. Why do you have like your entire closet throughout your living room and dining room area? What is happening there? Why are you cooking on a burner plate? Like so many things. And we're not even done. Like this is just so much gaslighting. Because once we dig deeper, y'all gonna see how even more of a obvious lie this whole charade is.
Their order's coming, and I'm really sorry about the delay. I had no idea this was unforeseen. So I do want to thank you guys for being a part of my page. And as soon as that oil gets hot, we're gonna be Brian Sensation.
And notice that she's also what am I rewinding to, Arian Smith? But notice that she's also for one, she's justifying that her books are late, these cookbooks, because this is another big piece of it, the cookbook scam. And so there are a lot of people who not only are saying, why the hell won't you go live and show your face and show yourself cooking? But there are also people like, where is my cookbook I ordered 7 months ago? That only should have took 1 week or less. So anyway, yeah, so that's why she keeps mentioning the cookbook, because she's trying to continue that that Ponzi scheme.
So let's check on it.
My grease ain't even hot yet. Still ain't hot. A real cook knows how to do these things.
So this is what I do every Friday. I love frying me some fish, y'all.
You love frying some fish, but you don't know how. And you don't even know the types of fish because per this poll, 79% of the people are saying that ain't catfish, that is tilapia. And you don't know the difference. And you're supposed to not only be a influencer chef, but you're also supposed to be certified and have gone to culinary school, and you don't know the difference. For one, you don't know how to get your oil hot before you even get as far as you got, for one. How about that? But for two, you don't even know the types of fish you're working with. It's ridiculous.
The best thing in the world. This heater thing, let's see. This thing is taking forever to heat up, so we're just gonna give it a sec. It's at 225, I think. So we just got a few minutes. The longer you let the cornmeal sit on your catfish, the crispier it'll be. So it's good to let it air dry for about 5 minutes. It's got the Creole seasonings and the garlic seasonings and the salt and the pepper.
She said it's good to to let it all get soggy. It makes it more crispy. Okay.
And Pops, if you don't mind, can you hold the camera for me, please? So let me get all this stuff out the way.
Another thing I noticed, I don't know if everyone could catch it with all this buzzing. Again, she's a social media influencer with over 500,000 followers on Facebook, supposedly very well established. This amazing cookbook that has been doing so well is selling out. We're going to get into that more. Y'all going to see how, you know, accomplished and how many accolades this cookbook has supposedly gotten. But she can't even get a live stream set up to demonstrate what she constantly does all the time off camera. Like literally you have videos of food being cooked on a stove or mini stoves and being plated and all of that, but then you can't pull it off right here. And how are you doing that stuff? Is your father always holding the camera? Because she can't even do this by herself. She's asking her father to hold the camera. Crazy.
So that
Thank you so much, Tanya Bulls, for the super chat. I'm going to get to the comments, too.
I can fry this fish for you so you can see what it looks like once it turns out. Thanks, Dad. My dad's helping me out.
Why is there so much clutter around the food while you're cooking? She keeps touching her hair. She don't know how to cook.
Closer and closer to you. I love the laugh. I like how she's bombing on my post. You see? Oh, you can see right now. I'll show it to you later. So when we get to 350, I'll be ready. And it's taking forever. So we're just gonna have to wait. Alright. We're getting there, baby. So yeah, one of my favorite things to make is fried catfish, fried tilapia, fried swai. I like to make it all. I like fried lobster. I like fried crab legs. One of the first meals I made when I tried frying other types of fish was crab legs. And I absolutely loved the way that tasted. And I saw some posts online where they added sauce to it. Oh my gosh, I so wanted to try that. So yeah, so we're almost there.
I'm trying to figure out what is the buzzing sound because she's filming from her phone, so it shouldn't be any feedback. I don't know what's happening there.
Fresh, it's got to be fresh. And let's see, I think I'll make a salad with this and I'll post, maybe I shouldn't post a photo. I don't know, but yeah, I guess I will. But yeah, thank you guys for being here with me. I see your names, I remember you guys. And here we have it. 350. That's fine. I can hold on.
I'm mute some of that. That buzzing bothering me too, but I want y'all to actually see this process. So y'all know I'm not making this up. Because she's probably gonna come back and be saying we lying on her.
And drop it in. I'm gonna let it sizzle and cook for 5 to 8 minutes. Usually it takes 8 to 10 with the sliced catfish, but since this is a whole catfish, it's probably going to take 10 to 12 minutes to fully cook. I will show you the post afterwards, but I did want to show you that I am live, and I want to thank you guys for being on here with me. Thank you guys so much, and
why she keep touching that hair?
Love the comments and I love the laughs. I laugh right along with you. So everything in life.
So she keeps mentioning that what it is just like y'all. I'm looking at this chat and I'm seeing all these laughing emojis. She's noticing that while she's on live. She's trying to act like it's laughter of support and happiness when the people are laughing at that foolishness and the fact that she thinks she's fooling somebody.
It's not meant to be so serious. You guys got to take it easy sometimes. You know, whatever we put out in the world is what we get back. When you put good into the world, you get good back. When you put hate in the world, you get hate back.
There you go. When you put good in the world, you get good back. When you put hate in the world, you get hate back. When you put scamming in the world, you get dragging back. And that's what you're getting, dragging for scamming.
So with that said, like, you know, you gotta be God-fearing, be loving, be caring, be grateful. And I'm gonna keep posting. So thank you guys so much for watching me. And I am Chef Talings. And have a wonderful day. I will show you the post when it's done.
I didn't know this was it. I thought it was a whole hour or something.
I can have any tongs. The tongs in the kitchen are holding camera. That's what I'm flipping. I want to let him see what the skin looks like before I go.
She's not even cooking the entire meal on live. What? She like, I'll post the pictures when I'm done. Meaning she needs to Google some pictures of some catfish, although she's making tilapia. She's frying tilapia.
Or tongs. Whatever you can find.
Whatever you can find. You're a cook.
Whatever you can.
She has her father looking for tongs and he can't find them. And she like, whatever you can find, which means that as a person who cooks for it, that's just like me telling somebody, well, I don't know what my mouse or my keyboard or my microphone is. I use these damn things every time I work. So what? She's a social media cook. Those are essential tools. What? How do you not know where your tongs are?
Just any fork or tongs, or whatever you can find.
Right, Rachel. So they just watched her heat up oil, and it ain't even heated up properly.
Don't hurt yourself, Dad.
The dad can't get across all that squalor to get to any of the kitchen utensils.
Next time I'm using my stove. I use canola and peanut oil. Definitely use more peanut oil than canola if you're frying fish because it holds heat hotter. So that way it'll fry faster, fry harder, fry quicker, and cook through.
All right, that's enough torture. That's all of the clip I had. I thought I read somewhere where someone was saying she had went live for an hour, and I thought this was just a clip of it. I didn't realize that she had she was ending the live. Like, oh yeah, I dropped some fish in some lukewarm oil, and then I don't know if this was the same clip I saw, but she didn't have enough. Maybe it wasn't it. Maybe it was something else she was doing where she was frying fish. She didn't have enough oil in the pan, and so she was spooning it over over the top while I was frying. I'm like, what? Oh my God, y'all. What is going on in these social media? Right, Kim, fix it, Jesus. Oh, fix it, Jesus. So this poll we just did, I just asked if is she a catfishing social media chef? 89% of, pretty much 90% of y'all said yes, she is a catfish. We're about to fry her up. And oil that's the proper temperature because hers was. And 10% of you saying that no, she is not a catfishing, unless you didn't understand what that meant. I meant a scammer, fake. But I don't know. Maybe some of y'all think, I don't know how that looks like. Maybe it's her bot accounts in here doing that. Maybe 10% of the viewers are her bots. Maybe. But my question after watching that is, would you eat anything that she has cooked after watching that video? She's ready to serve you up, as you can see in this photo, with her lips turned up. This, even looking at that, I ain't gonna do a poll on it, but this food here looks like she got it at a restaurant and she replates it. Does not look like something she don't even know how to get started with that. She probably can't even boil rice. It's a lot, y'all. Would you eat anything that she cooked after watching that video? 2% of y'all must have grew up in a household where your parents let you eat anywhere. I grew up in a household my parents like, you can't eat everywhere. And especially in people who have nasty houses. But have at it, 2% of you. The rest of us will not have bubble guts and food poisoning. So anyway, we go from that. That was her proving to the naysayers, y'all, the 20% of y'all who knew who she was. That was her way of saying to y'all that I am, in fact, a cook. I exist for real. Here's my face. I ain't gonna show you me cooking. I'm gonna show you when we warming up some oil, not even heating it up, just warming it up and dropping in some soggy tilapia and naming it catfish. Okay. Have at it. So we now move into this other part of this other segment of her Ponzi scheme, whatever you want to call this thing. And that is the cookbook scam and unfulfilled orders. So this is the other piece. So first piece we just did. Well, first piece was the, criminal background. Second piece was this stealing recipes and this fake social media cook persona. Now we're moving into, she does have cookbooks. She has been selling cookbooks. Haven't been delivering them, but she's been selling them. So we start with, there was a demand for these because she does have followers. Again, out of the 500,000, some are probably real, some are definitely real followers. That's how it works. But you buy some of the additional ones to drum up and make it look like you're bigger than you are. It's all fear of missing out. People want to belong to something. So they see a lot of followers. They're like, oh, I want to join too. And so she's used that tactic in order to gain real followers. And she has some. So one of them is this person here who says, do you have a cookbook? And she says, it's in the work. You'll see my post when it's ready. And person replies, okay, because I don't see that recipe. So they're seeing, if you don't see it because you need to go to Google. You're in the wrong place for it. But there are people who are interested. They're seeing these photos. Everybody, we be on social media. I do, but most people aren't on social media deep diving and vetting situations of what they're seeing. They're just kind of taking it at face value. And so people are taking it at face value. She's posting pictures of food on her platform and on her Facebook page, and they're taking it at face value. She's captioning it like, oh, this tilapia catfish was amazing. I fried it so deeply, and they're like, oh, that looked good. Can you give me the recipe for it? They're just taking it at face value. They don't know that she don't even know how to get the oil hot enough to start to fry it in the first place. She don't know how to have, serving dishes that are deep enough to actually batter the fish and all of that. She don't know how to use a Ziploc bag and shake it up. That's how I do it. That's how you really get seasoned. And then dip it twice, all that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so another person then says, how can I get one and support you? So this is the other piece of it. This is how people scam in social media. I'm giving y'all a little history, a little background on this too, as we get into the other shenanigans. This is how it works because people get invested with people they follow. And they're usually, again, taking everything at face value. And so they're feeling like, oh my gosh, she's, you know, this single Black woman. She's doing it. She's a great cook from the pictures I see. And I can tell she's trying and starting, and I just want to support her. And that's how it works. But when you're supporting, they're taking and then not even giving you what they should be giving you, which is a product or service. Darius Crooks does the same thing, has been doing it for decades. Well, over a decade, I should say. But anyway, so Chef T then tells this follower, click the shop button on top of my page, and thanks for inquiring. My storefront is open for business with same day and next day shipping. How the hell are you shipping a cookbook same day? What? You got to get it out your house. That's what? That's the lot. Again, you got to vet stuff. Could that be my question? Like, how the hell are you going to get it to me the same day? You're not Amazon. And even Amazon don't do every product same day. It depends on the product. It depends on what's in the warehouse nearest to you. Otherwise, they're not going to make those kind of promises. She making those kind of promises. And then this is another person who's saying, got to get one of my girl, loves Chef T, art of cooking. She inspired me. Art of cooking. So they consider her an artiste when it comes to the culinary field. What they haven't realized is that she's really a graphic designer. She's using her graphic design skills, or has self-taught probably, to do photoshopping, to cut and paste things from, you know, Google and Pinterest and Reddit and all over the internet and other social media influencers. And then she put a little watermark on it. They don't know that. They ain't paying no attention. They ain't following the other person. So they ain't noticing the coincidence and all of that. It's a lot. So in addition to this, so again, she has support. And even to this day, with all this that's going on, she still has supporters. So many customers have expressed their frustration after waiting months and in some cases, even years for Chef T's cookbooks. And numerous complaints indicate a pattern of unfulfilling orders and misleading information. So now we're going to, shed some light on it, and we're going to explore some of these issues in regards to the alleged cookbook scam. And they say that she's been taking money for these cookbooks for approximately 3 years now. And the only thing that people really receive is not these cookbooks, but the excuses. Excuses. Like, you can even see, I don't know, this is blatantly clear to me, but again, I'm not everybody, but it's blatantly clear to me that these are like clip art. These are photos that are captured. You can look at her environment and tell she can't take a professional looking photo like that of food or anything else. But this is the original version of her Splurge cookbook, which, if I'm not mistaken, was her first cookbook. And then for some reason, there's this version, but I don't know if this was just her marketing version. But when you see the actual physical book, this is someone who obviously got the book in the mail. They actually did get it. Probably one of her, well, yeah, I would say this person probably got it. And this is probably one of her supporters that's like, see, I got mine. Like, the Darius Crooks Flying Monkeys do. They're Chef T has flying monkeys too. All scammers have most scammers have flying monkeys. So anyway, in 2020, she scammed thousands of people out of their money. There was a lot of scamming going on in 2020. She was a part of that, obviously. That's what they're saying. Some customers have been waiting 2 years for their cookbooks. 2 years. Then we have this. Did I show this a little earlier than I was supposed to? So this is a post from Chef T saying, I was hoping to pop up on my screen quick enough for me to read it. It's so tiny everywhere else. There's a huge delay. Y'all way behind me. Anyway, I'm a struggle, but I'm gonna get through it. Says no more. There you go. No more recipes. My book hashtag Splurge drops 9/28/18 through Barnes and Noble. Over 200 of my best comfort and healthy food dishes. full color, hard and soft back. I have not seen a hardcover book yet. I ain't seen her show no hardcover cookbooks. Y'all let me know. Those of y'all who follow her, let me know if she ever did any or if y'all ever saw any hardcover books. I ain't seen not a nan one. I will post discounted pre-order information. That's the scam right there. I'm gonna give you pre-order so you ain't gotta go to Barnes and Noble where it'll never be. She says, get my new recipe book half off when you order early. See? So I'm acting like it's a really big product. It's about to be in Barnes and Noble. So you're like, oh my gosh, she really doing this. She, you know, I guess in 2018, Barnes and Noble was still nationwide and most of them are closed now. So this is giving the perception of, supply and demand. This is building up that anticipation. Like, ooh, I get to get it directly from her. I ain't even got to go to Barnes and Noble. And she's like, you'll get half off the book. Ooh, this part is good. This part is good. As far as scamming, this part is good. So she says, P.S. I'm making my new book available for the holidays so you can practice and learn my recipes ahead of time. So for now, enjoy the recipes posted on my page and please share them. Thanks, Chef Talings. Okay, I see you. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Because I bet them books ain't never made it to Barnes and Noble because they weren't never supposed to be in Barnes. They weren't gonna never be in Barnes and Noble. But you were building up that that was marketing employee. Interesting. So this person said posts like this was the way that she would continue her grift because there was never a Barnes and Noble. A part of it is the only participation Barnes and Noble had in this situation was in that post. There were her typing their name. That's it. Other than that, they ain't had nothing to do with this shenanigans. So one customer said that she ordered her book in December of 2019 and did not receive it until July of 2020. And speculation is that it may have been a part of the batch of booklets that, that hers may have been a part of the only batch of booklets. I'm purposely calling them booklets because that I don't call it a cookbook. That's a cook booklet. But anyway, so Chef Talings posted a picture of her box of books that she was shipping out. And so the speculation from some of the former followers, is that this was all that she ever got. This is all she ever ordered. And she got way more orders, but only the people, that quantity only hit however many it could hit, and that was it. And the rest was ish out of luck. And the other thing was, especially because she was claiming, now this picture alone like shows us things ain't adding up, because she claimed that she had sold over 96,000. I didn't say 96. Now, had she said 96, which is probably realistic, but had she said 96 books, I'd be like, okay, she probably could have did that in that one box, maybe, almost. But no, she says she sold 96,000 of her splurge cook booklets, and she's showing one open box. 96,000, you would have a small warehouse full of boxes full of cookbooks, because she's shipping them herself. They're not coming directly from a distributor or anything. So that one box ain't even scratching the surface of 96,000 cook booklets. But anyway, when it comes to the cook booklets, there are comments regarding them as well. And this one was, I forgot where I got this from, but wherever this was online somewhere. Jesus, I can't read. It's too small. It says Splurge Recipe Book has over 100 chef-made recipes from those who love food and cooking. By Chef Talings. She says, my goal with this book is to teach, educate you on The many wonderful ways to cook. I grew up cooking with my grandmother and mom. People love to use that. You know, y'all know that's they be trying to tug on y'all heartstrings because many people can relate to that or have fond memories of the grandma and mom. They probably didn't even know they grandma and mom, but they'll throw that in there. Also writing recipes as a kid. Okay, really? And now I'm sharing a few secrets I've learned along the way in my new book, Splurge, with a wealth of traditional and exquisite recipes, pro tips, and cooking facts created by me. She's going to teach you the difference between tilapia and catfish. Chef Talings, you'll learn what real chefs know because she's going to cut and paste it from Google or use AI now. It's easier. She says, get this book and see the recipes for yourself. Well, I got to get your book. I can just go to Google because that's where you got it from. What? Anyway, this was a review. So that was her caption promoting the book online somewhere. I forgot where I got it from, but there were reviews of said cookbook from those who purchased it and obviously must have got, they were part of this shipment here, these few books. And so one of the reviews says, waste of $40. I thought I'd be getting original recipes, but all of these can be found online for free. I just said that. Who's even worse? Oh, no, they're saying, what is, I'm struggling to read. It's too little for my eyes. But what's even worse is she tried to change them to avoid plagiarism. But if you follow her instructions, your food will be a 5-star mess. I can't believe, like that fried fish we just watched. I can't believe I fell for this. She recently went live to cook a simple piece of tilapia. Even this person knows it was tilapia. And kept saying it was catfish. I couldn't even fry a piece of fish, one piece of fish, and we don't even go into how disturbingly dirty her kitchen is. And the fact that she wasn't technically cooking in the kitchen. She was cooking on some surface with a bed sheet. Jesus, the grift is real. That's all besides the point. If you buy this book, you are wasting your money. And if you use this book, if it's what she's learned in school, she needs to get her money back. And I want mine back. I want my time back from this whole situation, to be honest. Let's just cancel her. Like, just stop supporting her. Let's just be done. Oh, Jesus. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's so this is the other piece of, and I got some other things related to this, but this is an example of, and Darius Crooks does the same thing. Again, there's a lot of similarities. The thirst trapping, because what does the way she's dressed have to do with being a social media chef, cook? Like, we look at some of the popular people, you know, Tabitha Brown. I'm forgetting her name, and I follow her too. She's getting really big too. She's a military. She just left the military. And she has 2 little boys. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Put it in the chat if y'all know who I'm talking about. She say, "All right, bye." Not Sonny Anderson. This it may take y'all a while, but anyway, that lady, she's blowing up. Kimmy Creations, right? Thank you, Precious. Not Kinky, but yeah, Kimmy Creations. She's similar, supposedly on paper, supposed to be aligned with this. You don't never see her out with her nightgown and lingerie and showing things that should be between her and whoever her spouse or significant other is or whatever. But anyway, this is how Chef Talings gets down, because you can't even fry a piece of fish. So she instead does the thirst trapping, because I'm sure she has some male followers. I'm guarantee you she has some male followers, probably a nice amount. So she says here in the caption, anybody miss me? She says, then signed a real live publishing deal for my next 2 books. God is great. Girl, if you don't quit playing in our face, if you don't quit playing, first of all, your first book, Lit, is a booklet. Second of all, and they're copied and pasted from all over social media. Second of all, you can't cook. You've proven that. Girl. Okay. I'm supposed to be impartial when telling this story. Hold on. Okay, then we have so this is she's getting, again, we read one of the reviews. We got some others, but we read one of the reviews of the cookbook, and I think she was getting a lot of that feedback, and so she ended up adding that there are no refunds. Now, what I wasn't clear with was, does that mean just like on the ebooks, or is she just saying in general? And I think she's saying in general, but she's saying, please have your correct address on file. You may now use Cash App to pay for the hardcover version. Thanks and be safe. To me, somebody asking me to Cash App them when I'm buying a product is a red flag. Especially a product I got to order and wait for you to send it to me, and I'm just going to send you Cash App and it's just gone after that. No, thank you. Nope. Not on my watch. So that seems very suspicious, especially, again, a person who is saying that they have an entire business. She's now working at this point, she's working on that second cookbook. She has a publishing deal. She has over 500,000 followers. You should have a business bank account and also a merchant account, a Shopify, a PayPal, there's a bunch of them out there. You should have something other than your Cash App. What? Cash App is for gifts, donations, for your supporters who want to just support you. By the way, I got one too, if y'all want to support. But Cash App is for that. It's not for us to do business transactions for that sort of business. I know some businesses do it. I do it with my barber occasionally. That's fine. That's different. I'm trying to get a product and service from a stranger. I don't even know you. I can't touch you. I can't come after you the same way. Gotta then go to social media influencers and ask them to expose you because you never given me my money back. That ain't how I want to roll with this. But anyway, she then in another, wait, did I skip? I skipped. Hold on, let me make sure. I'm gonna read this anyway. I was about to skip this because this is gaslighting. It's just straight up gaslighting, but I'm still read it. So in her recipe book, she kind of describes again her bio. It's a little bit more elaborate, more detailed than the previous one that I had just read. And so in this Splurge recipe book is described as soul food, Italian, and chef-made recipes. That don't even make no sense, but okay. Says, I'm Chef Talings, a certified chef with over 30 years of experience. We ain't seen nan year of that 30 in that demonstration you did with that tilapia. Anyway, here you will find my cookbook with over 150 chef-made recipes, by far more unique than any cookbook you've ever read before. My goal is to teach those with a love for cooking the basics of preparing dishes you know and enjoy. Yeah, because you ain't giving us nothing new. You Googling it all. To the more extravagant cuisine that will be used in your kitchen for years to come. Thank you in advance for stopping by and enjoy your new go-to recipe book, Splurge. And it says here, I don't know if I read, let me see. I don't know if this is repeating the other caption we read, but I'll go through it. Splurge recipe book has over 100 chef-made recipes for those who love cooking by Chef Talings. My goal with this book is to teach. Okay, we read that. Yeah, it's a repeat of that other caption I read. We ain't got to go through Enough gaslighting. Let's move on. Okay, so then we move on to a post of hers. Let's see. Oh, I lost my spot. Hold on. Where we at? I think we're right. Nope, that ain't. Nope. Right. Is that it? Nope. There we go. So she says here, I have no idea what this is like. I don't at least forgot where this is taking us, but I'm reading it because it's taking us somewhere. I'm glad you all are enjoying Splurge. There's always a few folk who I was hoping to pop up. Y'all really delayed from me. Okay, now I can read better. There's always a few folks who enjoy commenting negativity here because apparently I'm assuming they can't wait to try the recipe, which is awesome. However, my book is a pre-order and after this week takes 3 days tops to ship. I'm taking pre-orders, but then you gotta wait. I'm adding the 3 days in there. I've had so many orders that it overwhelmed my printing publishing company to the point it takes 2 weeks to print and 1 week to get my shipping company. You should have all that prepared. It's a book. It's not t-shirts. It's a book. So you would already have them printed and ready to roll out. What? At least the first batch? What? So work with me so can join my Zoom classes free. All March orders go out Wednesday and April orders next week, Tuesday. If you leave disrespectful comments, can y'all move that comment, moderators? Because it's blocking what I got to read. It's taking a while on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna have to read it from here. Now I lost my spot. Zoom class is free. All March orders will go out on Wednesday and April orders next week, Tuesday. If you leave disrespectful comments, unfortunately, you will be blocked and your money returned. My book went viral. Did y'all see it go viral? I ain't see it go viral. So what was it like? 80% of us hadn't even heard of her. What, girl? So you may want to try the recipes. Keep up with me and have a little patience. Thanks, Chef Talings. Man, the gaslighting is real. I'm suffocating from all the gas from this gaslighting. Woo, Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. So she was accused of selling the cookbooks, which I said were full of stolen, people are alleging, full of stolen pictures and recipes that she did not make. The instructions, one person was saying that the instructions were a combination of a hodgepodge of seasonings and overcooked food that just kind of made no sense. And I even seen somewhere, I don't have it in here, but I remember reading somewhere that someone was saying it was something like a rack of ribs or something that it was a recipe for. And the amount of time and the temperature that she said cook it at was going to ruin them. Like they were just going to be charred. So she was taking the pre-orders for her second book named Deluxe Dishes. So she still got people waiting on that first book. And then she decided rolling into the second book because, again, she's saying, my first book went viral. And I have a 2-book publishing deal now because everything is so great. Although nobody's seeing this anywhere. This is just what you're telling us, but there's no proof of this, no evidence. So she was taking pre-orders, and her second book was Cookbooklet was $41.99. I'm hoping that was before her half off sale because I wish I would. And there's no telling how many hundreds of people ordered that. So you don't know. You see on social media, you'll see a lot of people complaining. But again, there's always a smaller segment of people who actually go as far as to voice their disappointment of being scammed and all that. Most people write it off. They like, it was a $50 lesson or whatever. So if you see 50 to 100 people that you can see complaining about it is probably a couple hundred people, a few hundred people. And during another delay, so there was many delays. Now you saw, we just read that she was talking about one delay that she had with this whole talking about the printing company and all of that. That wasn't the only delay. And they began to get even longer because at one point she was hospitalized. We'll get into that. I noticed my notes a little. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. And then it was also reported, again, this part is speculation, rumor, but it was reported that her second cookbook was not her second, her first cookbook, that some of them were donated to her, meaning the printing company printed them for free. She probably scammed them in some way. She probably told them, oh, can I get a sampling of them? Because I have 500,000 followers on Facebook and I already have 96,000 pre-orders. She probably did something like that. They gave her a sample box or something. And then she was like, these are the ones I'm gonna give out to a few people. Because that's how Ponzi schemes work. And many people don't realize that, because they'll be like, again, Darius Crooks is an example. I'm sure she's an example too. There are probably people on her platform saying, I got my cookbook. I've gotten everything I ordered from her. Well, that's how Ponzi schemes work. They're going to give a certain amount of people the product or service because they have to keep the grift going. If nobody got it and there was no one to combat the people who are saying that they didn't receive it and who are calling it out, then their grift would be over. It wouldn't have legs. I don't know why people find that so hard to understand. Throw another poll in here. We got quite a bit. I didn't tell y'all in the beginning, this is going to be a long live. One topic, and this ain't even crooks. It's a crook, but this ain't the crook that we normally talk about. Anyway, so in this post, says, lastly, God made a way for me to get books shipped after the ordeal last week. And I don't know what that ordeal was referring to. She says, all my 2021 back orders, tracking numbers are in your emails, all remaining, and new orders shipped next week, Tuesday. Better late than never. My apologies for the wait. I will not be live next week, Friday afternoon, from my gig in LA with a dish from Splurge due to another obligation, but definitely next week. Blessings, y'all. I don't have timeline on this. I don't see the date is cut off. I literally just put added in here exactly what the image was. So I don't have context to know, was this after she went live with the soggy tilapia fish? And was she promising to go live again and now she's delaying it? I don't know. Or was she supposed to go live? Was this before all that happened? I don't know. But as we see, she's talking about her delaying of getting people, their stuff once again. And people were fed up with it. And so what ended up happening was the Facebook group was able to get her alleged fraudulent website taken down, and because people were filing complaints due to not receiving their cookbooks. And it's estimated that she scammed at least 2,000 to 3,000 of her followers using Facebook. Possible, very, very possible. So they were successfully able to get her website, and that's a huge accomplishment. So congratulations to that coalition, that group. They said this was the website she claimed was her storefront until a Facebook group shut it down, and for not receiving the payments and not shipping her cookbooks. And so this then gets into probably happened around this time or right after this. So I mentioned the hospital, right? So then she posts, I think this is why people were waiting on their books. Again, I don't have the exact timeline, which happened, sequential order. I don't have that. But she posted, hospital food wasn't so bad after waking up from an epileptic seizure coma while suffering chest pains all night. Gotta stay a couple days, but I'll be back to cooking in no time. Blessings, y'all. Y'all buying that? First of all, who hand is that? Who arm is that? And this band, I can't really see it. It's a little blurry, and I'm sure that's on purpose. And then why you got all that food? You just woke up out of coma. But okay. So people were commenting, because that's what you can't just do anything on social media. That's not how it works. So one of the people just said, so this delays books again? No concern for the random arm over the mashed potatoes and whatever that is, chicken or something. So then another person comments and says, if you were in a coma, how the hell can you know if you were having chest pains all night? As an experienced MA, I know for a fact that if you recently awoke from a coma, they give you a feeding tube, and after that, clear liquids. You don't eat solid foods after a coma, sis. I thought you said the books would. Now they ain't got to the business. And let's get back to business, because we're waiting on these damn cookbooklets. This person goes on to say, I thought you said the books would ship on Amazon this week. This picture has overdose Narcan written all. They calling her a druggie. Overdose Narcan written all over it. At this point, you're really pathetic. Stop the lies. I've never seen a woman as old as you are who lies for attention so badly. And your followers are some dumb fools for believing your foolishness. Yeah, I mean, she got the worst luck in the world. We ain't even gotten to it yet. I ain't even got. I told you we got a web of lies coming after this. I ain't got to it. I'm giving y'all a little spoonful. We ain't got to it yet. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, we're gonna end this poll. This one is: do you think that she had any intentions on sending those undelivered cookbooks? 98% of y'all's like, hell no, quit playing with us. We know she wasn't gonna send these books. 1% of y'all like, no, she you can see she's in a coma, and her first meal out of the coma is some mashed potatoes and rice and look like chicken. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. Whew. You gotta laugh and keep from crying, y'all. So Chef Talings' responses to the allegations has been questionable, to say the least. And she has provided various excuses, including blaming the printing company, which we read one of those posts. And I think that happened on multiple occasions. Delivery issues. So she's like, okay, if it ain't the printing company's fault, then she moves to it's the delivery company's fault. There's also been claims of fake social media accounts and bots to silence her critics. I mentioned that a little earlier. And so we're going to dig a little deeper into the evidence supporting these allegations. One of those allegations, and this is where we're getting into hashtag web of lies. Y'all can put hashtag web of lies in the chat if y'all ready. Let me make sure. I think I took myself out of order. Hold on. Let me find my spot again. Told you I got 100 images. Got 100 images I'm working through. Be patient with me. Okay, here we go. I'm back. So one of the allegations is that 99% of her 99% of her pictures are Photoshopped. Whether we're talking about the food or whether we're talking about her, 99% of them are Photoshopped. She's accused of using these Photoshopped thirst traps to attract people beyond the food. So mainly, I said earlier men, but I forgot women too. Women, male and women, binary, everybody else. She's attracting people who would be interested or find her attractive, and they may not be interested in the food. They might not be paying no attention to the food, but they like these risque pictures. Y'all know I just showed y'all earlier one, and here's something else where it's an evening dress of sorts. But the second picture, noticing, I think this is just a halter top. I guess y'all call it halter top. Y'all know I don't know about no fashion. But halter top, I guess, and looks like she only has some panties on because I ain't seeing no shorts unless they're like booty shorts or something. That's all about design, though. That's all about design because somebody who would be into her would be wondering that and probably having a mind take them to some places, and they might buy a cookbook then. But anyway, so she posted this, and she's like, "I never know." I'm gonna do her voice. I can't do her voice because it's raspy. I never know what to do with my hands in pics. Probably why I could never model. But once this is cut off, I didn't do this. But anyway, so then the person says, "That's why I love pockets. Looking good, girl." So again, flying monkeys. And sometimes it's not flying monkeys. Sometimes people just aren't aware because they're not paying attention on that level. So it could be a person who just is not aware of all the other stuff because they just kind of in and out, look at her picture, read a caption and move on, and probably don't come back till they see another picture pop up on their timeline. Could be that too. But you see, there are people just like everything is all good in the hood when it comes to her. But as we can see, there are many faces to Chef Talings in more ways than one, physically and grift wise. So the other part of her grift, in order to seem accomplished, to seem legitimate, is that she will attach herself to larger name people when she can, how she can. And what she does is takes random pictures with TV personalities and even celebrities, and then she claims that she's worked with them and she's catered events for them, etc. But you can kind of tell that these photos are not from an event necessarily, but maybe like in this case, she claimed that she worked. This was a television judge. If y'all know in the chat, you put his name. I know he looks familiar, but I never watched the show or anything. But anyway, she claimed that this particular chef had, she claims that she catered an event for him and this was at the event. But it's clear that he's like, obviously like leaving maybe the courtroom or wherever he was, and he's heading somewhere with purpose because he has binders and laptops and cords all in his hand. You could tell that's I'm walking past you and you stop me kind of picture. It's very obvious. That ain't no we working together as a business relationship, you putting on this event for me. That ain't that. But that's the caption that she put under that. Then she has two photos with Lisa Ray. This one, and then she has another one where Lisa Ray is taking a bite of food and Chef Talings is standing behind her. What this doesn't say to me is that you were catering this event. You could have been working the buffet line at this event. Again, we don't have any, she'll post, like little things like this, a random picture, but there's no video. There's not multiple pictures of the event, her standing with other people, with the staff. You don't see any of that, or the food that was served there, a display of, the appetizers or desserts or the things that would happen when you talk about having events for TV personalities and celebrities. They're going to, take it up a notch with the presentation. That would be her work. That would be her portfolio. That would mean that she should have photos of those sort of things, which would then also confirm that, yes, in fact, this was what you say it was in the caption. Y'all saying that's Judge Ross in American court? Okay. She also, one of the other claims that she had was that she has a store, physical store of some sort. I don't know nothing about that. That's just what I was told. But no one has ever found it. Then this is the one that I learned about almost a full year ago, and I was like, oh, now this is interesting. What is happening here? That she lies about things that could, so for one, she lies about things that are very insignificant, but that can also be disproved very easily. like as if she don't know that people are paying attention. So this was one I saw, I think nearly in real time, if I'm not mistaken, when it occurred. But this was one was like, okay, I got to figure this out and cover this woman at some point. But anyway, so she posted this picture. I want to make sure I put the wrong one up first. She says, excited to start cooking and filming in my newly remodeled kitchen. Still got a little work, but this is going to be fun. Now, my question is, why the hell that kitchen don't look nothing like where you was just frying on a hot plate? The environment don't even look good. Forget the kitchen. The kitchen, of course, doesn't look anything like where you were cooking at live. It's just a random photo of a kitchen. So let's start there. But anyway, people who follow her, though, instantly was like, red flag, sirens. They're like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. They called her out immediately. They've been following her so long that they recognized the kitchen. And they was like, that is not your kitchen. That is your mammy's kitchen. That's your mama's kitchen because we've seen it before. So someone went over to her mother's Facebook page where her mom had posted my new remodeled kitchen done by Tony. He did the floors, the cabinets, the backsplash, the paint. Home Depot did the granite. I'm so happy about my gorgeous kitchen. Just in case y'all confused, y'all, just in case some of y'all like, that's not the same kitchen. I should have did it side by side, but let me do the poll. See what y'all think. I'm just gonna say, is this the same kitchen? Is the same kitchen? Oh, I didn't take it. Is that the same kitchen? Why the hell are you like? This is some pathological. Did y'all ever grow up when you were growing up? Did you ever have like people in the neighborhood or an associate or even somebody that was your friend for a moment and then you found out they were a pathological liar? And you're like, why are you lying about that? That ain't it. Why would you lie about having a newly remodeled kitchen that you're going to be filming in when we would then need to we should start to notice content with that backsplash, with that countertop, with that stove that's not a hot plate. Like, and if you're not going to be able to do that, maybe you don't need to lie about it. Why? It's literally some of y'all saying, if y'all trolling me or we got some challenges going on in this space. 31% of y'all are saying this is not the same kitchen. Are y'all thrown off by the fact that because she just said, her mama said that the cabinets and the floors and all of that were done. Things have been repainted, painted. If you look, the backsplash is exactly the same. The microwave, stove. I ain't even finna do this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. Y'all playing with me. It's enough of us with. Let me stop. I told y'all I'm unfiltered today, so let me stop. All right, moving along because y'all getting on my nerves now. What? That's not the same kitchen. I mean, that's the same kitchen. Who says that's not the same kitchen? Are you purely only looking at colors? What? Let's use our critical thinking skills, people. This is how y'all get scammed. That 31% are the people who are getting scammed. I guarantee you, not by her necessarily, but somebody somewhere is scamming this 31%. I guarantee you, because they're not using critical thinking skills. And that ain't my problem. Anyway, let's continue. Hopefully y'all will learn something and get a little better at the end of this. Anyway, she's also... oh, y'all. She's also accused of creating and photoshopping her bestseller cookbook award. So remember, she told us, she said this went viral. Her book sale, cookbooklet sale went viral. And so she says here in the caption, wow, thought I'd sell maybe 2,000 copies. 53,000 copies later, or 53,000 later, couldn't be more proud of my book splurge. Thank y'all. So this had to be, I guess, earlier on at the beginning of the grift. She had the number at 53K. Then by the end, she hadn't moved near 100K. She said she sold. I would love to see. I mean, Jesus, we got, what was it? Well over 70% of y'all hadn't even heard, or 80% hadn't heard of her. Who got these cookbooks, booklets? But anyway, what I noticed about this award, because I've won some awards, professional awards. So I've seen quite a few. And what I'm noticing about this, I'm like, girl, you just ordered that from somewhere. You just picked that up, because I have never received a professional award. I ain't talking about when you're in school or something, or you at some outing or some campground or something, they give you something. But I've never received a professional accredited award that did not have the organization's name on it. The fact that I scanned this and I was like, okay, well, let me see who this is from. It's very generic. Achievement award? That don't even, for one, that part sounds a little generic. For outstanding achievement in bestseller cookbook, top sales, and positive ratings. Who the hell gave you that? Is that from a local business association? Is that from some online, some social media influencer organization? I don't even think none of those exist. Maybe I need to create one. But anyway, who the hell sent you that? Did you go to an award ceremony? Where's the picture of you standing next to the person who handed it to you? What? And people buy this ish. The 31% who think that's a different kitchen believed this. They believed it. She getting a professional award. And then how is 53,000 books considered like bestseller? Where? Bestseller of what? Compared to what? What? Quit playing in our face. Quit playing in our face. Is this over yet? How much more I got? I'm over this. This is why it took me over a year to get to this. Oh, silliness. I thought when I graduated high school and got away from being an adolescent, you just got away from the shenanigans, the foolishness. It's grown people just still acting like kids. They just never grew up. Somebody said, Chargita said, that's a wish award. Right. She wished she had actually won an award. That's what that was. Anyway, so she also, Jesus, and I ain't even get, I think we're at the halfway point of the web of lies, I think. Whoo, Jesus. Pray for me, y'all. So she also claimed that she had opened up a restaurant. Nobody could find it. She got this flyer of sorts, the So Good comfort food or whatever she calling it. Ain't got nobody's address on it. What restaurant has promotional materials, marketing materials, and doesn't have an address? A restaurant with a physical location. Those are the ABCs of marketing for a physical location. We just passed this by. I don't need to dig too deep. Y'all got common sense. Except for the 31%. Y'all got. No, let me stop messing with the 31%. I love y'all too. Y'all just catching me on the day that my patience is low. It's low. It's real low. Okay, so moving to the next. She says, this is her post again. This is her gaslighting more people. She's saying, whoever will take the bait. She's saying, thank you to the 400,000 who appreciated my gumbo. Thanks for making my business #1 for 4 years in a row. Not one complaint when tasted. My restaurant opens this summer. I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know if she's claiming to have catered an event and people tasted her gumbo and not one complaint in 4 years. That's a flat out lie right there. You done been 4 years, no complaints? What? That's not possible. Even with the most amazing cuisine, that's impossible. The reason is because people have different taste buds. Some of us like more sweet. Some of us like more salty. Some of us don't really have good taste buds. You're going to always get a complaint at some point, not constantly, but at some point. Everybody's palate is different. You liar. Lying from the pit of hell. Anyway, I ain't going to even read this person who is obviously doing flying monkey behavior. So then this was the other piece. So again, we're in the web of lies. And y'all let me know. Some of this y'all might not think is, lying or gaslighting or anything else. Obviously, because we got to 31%. But anyway, person is saying, I guess because Bobby Flay wanted her mac and cheese recipe. So no, I said this. This is my note. Y'all got me spent with that. That kitchen threw me off because I worked in construction for like decades, and so it's the whole thing. Like what? But anyway, so she claims that her mac and cheese is so amazing that she posted, I love mac and cheese. I have one of the best recipes on the market. Even Bobby Flay's show contacted me to challenge him. Added crab here too. Get my book splurge in time for the holidays. You'll enjoy it. Girl, if you don't quit lying to us in these simple-minded posts. What? They reached out to you for this basic looking mac and cheese because this ain't looking no different than anything I've ever seen. Been thinking it needs to be a little more cooked. And mac and cheese is literally my favorite dish. Literally my favorite dish. And this here would be, I'll eat it because I literally love it so much that I'll eat, except for, I'm sorry, I would not eat it because it would come out of that nasty ass house. So no, I would not eat that. But I like mac and cheese love it so much that I'll eat it from literally anywhere, or I'll try it from anywhere. Like I'll eat it at KFC and I mean, you name it. Chick-fil-A has the best right now. I'm going to learn how to make that. I'm going to change my recipe. But anyway, so she also claimed, there's a lot of claims out here. She also has claimed that she had a famous food truck. I don't have no pictures of that, but well, because it don't exist. But I'm telling y'all what she said, what she been posting. She claims to have had a famous food truck with long lines and no one was ever able to find. Food trucks announce their locations. This is how that works. It's like a traveling restaurant. So they don't hide out. They'll be like, hey, next week we're at this fair. I know, Darlene P. Yes, KFC. I love mac and cheese that much. It don't really matter where it comes from. But anyway, so she could never provide locations. There was never a phone number. That I can let you slide with that because a lot of places don't have phone numbers anymore. People do a lot of social media stuff and, all that. Electronic communication. But no photos have ever been seen. So you would think if she had a famous food truck, she would be promoting it on her page, like taking pictures of it, showing days where, they're selling out or something. So she was claiming she had a food truck that no one ever seen. Then I think this happened recently, if I'm not mistaken, but this is the kind of stuff she does where she just posts things that you're like, why bother? Why do this? She posted a heartfelt note to a person she is claiming was her culinary instructor. And in her post, she says, Chef Sue, Lactic Culinary Department. Oh, I can't read that up there either. It's time. The day I took my final exam at Trade Tech in order to pass and receive my Safe Serve certification and move on to the actual culinary class where we cook, y'all, I was on question 83 out of 90. And then my computer froze. Went back and it died. Y'all, I panicked. I started crying. It was hot. Everyone else was done and my test was gone. Chef Sue came to my table and asked what happened and tried to calm me down. She's so nice, kind, funny, and sweet. I didn't want her to see me like that. So she sat with me at a different computer for the next 2 hours and help me retake my test as it was the last day of school, and I couldn't have gone or go on to my culinary class that next semester without that certification. I thanked her then and thanking her now. Thank you for helping me earn my title as chef. Happy retirement, Chef Susan. First of all, you just admitted to fraud. You can't have nobody helping you with your safe serve taking that test. I've taken them before. I'm pretty sure a few of us have taken it. Okay, whatever. And it's basic. You do that online at home. I've done it in professional classroom settings, but I've also, every time since then, I've done it at home. Why is she doing this to us? Or y'all, because I don't pay no attention to her. And I ain't gonna pay no attention after this. But anyway, so what was brought up by those who are more aware of her shenanigans is that this is once again what looks to be catfishing, because this person, this lady, her picture is all over Google. And so the fact that she doesn't have a picture with I mean, that's possible. I don't have pictures with all my instructors, probably none of them really. That's okay. But there's clearly, she just screen grabbed once again some random person off of Google. And I think the lady's story was similar. I think she was retiring or something. I saw it on Google because somebody posted that piece of it. But basically, this is another example of her. Ooh. She just jinxed my computer. Mine was about to freeze. My program shut and it came back up though. Anyway, so that was another one. We just keeping it moving. We got more. One of her other excuses about the people not getting their orders and all of that, the issues that she was having, was, of course, the printing company, then the delivery company. And then she said that she was hacked. And she loves to throw, from what they're saying, she loves to throw around being hacked. So she says, hey, Meta, so that's Facebook, think you could locate all the hackers in the world, especially the jackass on my 9 phones, get out of here, so he can be dealt with accordingly while bending over bars. Just a thought. So this is her acting as if her 9 phone. What the hell? I got 2 phones, and I'm debating about. Like, I've had them for years, but I'm almost like, I really don't need that second phone as much as I used to. How the hell you got? Why would you need 9 phones? Why would you need 9 phones? Quit gaslighting us. And ain't no hacker. You're just not delivering products. You're just scamming. In 2019, she went through. So this is, she has some. Well, I'm gonna skip over this for now. I'm gonna move this to this. It's more appropriate in this other upcoming area. There's also allegations that she sends fake threats to herself to get empathy. I think it's very similar to Darius Crooks in the sense of when he starts to really get called out for things or getting, the fire gets too hot. What he does is he does the mental health claim. And so it looks like her tactic when that happens is to make false threats against herself. So again, remember, I told you, chances are, there are many faces. She has, okay, now I can't find what I'm looking for, but she has many faces, and there's a good chance that one of those faces is her bot accounts. And so she can type to herself and threaten herself and then run the social media and say, look at what they're doing to me and look at what I have to deal with, et cetera, et cetera. And so that looks like that's what she's been accused of doing. They're also saying that her own family members and people that know her have stated that she is a scammer. So I also saw someone it was in somewhere. I was, again, did a lot of research with this. So there was someone who was saying that they knew her family, or the boyfriend knew her family, like the father and like some cousins and stuff, and that they actually asked the father, basically, what happened, you know, with one of her stories or something about her being a scammer, and the father just kind of laughed it off, like he already know what it is, and it's just like whatever, it's her thing, it's what she does. So, and we heard in that, you know, soggy tilapia fish demonstration, we saw that the father was there. She probably lives with the father. That might have been the father's house. But I know some of y'all, maybe 31%, might think that, you know, what we've gone over so far, you know, might not be a big deal, since it's only, you know, a few hundred white lies that we've gone through already. Well, I ain't covered them all, but, you know, it's only a few hundred white lies, you know. But I want to know what y'all think after we do this next batch, because this is where we rev it up a little bit. The engine is warm. No, the fish grease is officially hot, because she likes it warm. The fish grease is hot. And so we're about to get into it. So one of the things that she was called out about, again, I don't have the time. I'm realizing now that we're in this, is that I didn't figure out timeline, and I could have with this particular story. But so at some point, not too long ago, she lied about the details of a car accident that she supposedly witnessed, and she was also included in the newscast. So she and her, oh, I should be showing y'all this. Hold on. Where is it? Is this it? Yep. So she posted on Facebook after the incident. Well, it would have been after the incident. So she posted this on Facebook, and she says, "Y'all, I'm traumatized today. I saw 2 people unalived in a car crash, and they just filmed me and took my phone footage of the crash for CBS News tonight. I'm in shock. One was a child, I believe, on his way to middle school, and the driver went through the windshield. Y'all, please be safe. Stop speeding, for God's sakes." So she posts that. Then, of course, because she understands now she does understand how social media works. I give her that. She's very bootleg and sloppy about it. She could actually be successful with some of her skills, but she ain't got the talent to back it up, obviously. But she's good. She knows how to manipulate she knows the psychology behind it. So somebody replies, Chef Talings, that's scary. Prayers for the family. And then she says, it was very scary. Many prayers up for both families. I actually gave CBS footage of them taking the child out in a bag on the stretcher. I'm just horrified. And the other driver is nowhere to be found. Okay. That's our version of the story. Okay. Okay. So remember, she said that she is traumatized because she saw the 2 people unalived in a car crash, and they had just filmed her, and they took her phone footage of the crash. So she's saying she actually captured on Facebook, on her Facebook. This is why you got to watch what you say, how you lie, and all that stuff, because especially when you know you was on the news. So let's see what the version of the story was when the news was talking to her.
Barreled through a fence, nearly smashing into a Torrance home, and that driver was killed. CBS 2's Tina Patel, she's live in Torrance with what she's learning from that scene. Tina, good morning.
Well, good morning, Chris. We believe that one person was killed, but others may have been injured. We're trying to get that confirmed from police right now. They are still out here gathering evidence and looking into what caused this horrific crash. We have some video from Sky 2 earlier this morning. The crash happened around 7:30 a.m. There is a middle school nearby, and we could see children walking to school as first responders were getting on scene. It appears a white pickup truck speeding down Artesia Boulevard hit the back of a black pickup truck, then lost control, went across the street, crashing through a brick fence and nearly into a home. Witnesses tell us the driver of the black pickup truck seemed to be okay. He was taken to the hospital just to be checked out. There appears to be a body covered up on the ground next to that white pickup truck, but we don't know if that was the driver or not. Witnesses saw paramedics take someone else away on a stretcher, and they say seeing all of this has them shaken up.
This is her. So y'all actually, well, we just saw her in live action. This was actually my first time when I was doing the research, actually seeing her in live action. But this is her, Chef Talings.
The sound of the accident itself was what really got us up, because we heard the initial impact and then we heard someone screaming. We actually heard a gentleman outside screaming, saying, "Oh my God, oh my God." Initial impact, because we heard the sound of
all of this has them shaken up.
So her post was saying on social media, "Oh my God, I'm so traumatized. I saw the accident and I filmed it, and CBS took my footage of the accident happening." For one, they're not going to even show that on TV. They're not showing the actual accident happening in a deadly crash. They're not doing that. Now, social media would, Twitter would, but they're not doing that. So, but now let's again listen to her say, just for those, the 31% who probably ain't catching this part, let's listen to her say they heard the sound of the crash, past tense, then they got up and then saw what they saw.
The sound of the accident itself was what really got us up.
The sound of the crash itself is what really got us up, meaning we weren't out there.
Because we heard the initial impact.
We heard the initial impact. We didn't see it because we weren't there to see it. We heard it.
And then we heard someone screaming. We actually heard a gentleman outside screaming, saying, "Oh my God, oh my God."
Such a gaslighter. Why lie about that? Why lie about that? You can talk about the accident. She still could have posted about it. It was a horrible situation. Unfortunately, someone lost their life. All that, you can still talk about it. You can still talk about. Why you got to put yourself in it? Like, now, coddle me, pay attention to me, hug my neck, because I now have this image burned in my psyche because I actually saw people lose their life. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, we almost done, y'all. These the doozies here. I ain't done. These the doozies here. And I know there's more. This is what I was able to capture. And with some help. Jesus. So anyway, the other piece of these where it gets deep, y'all. Like, that was the start of it. So the other one was her this alleged story about her dog who was gravely ill, ended up needing surgery, and she set up a GoFundMe. Now, the cool part about this one is that we actually got video footage to back it up too. I chuckled when I watched it. Not because I'm heartless, but because I read through Smoke.
Guys, this is Chef Talings. I'm here at the VCA in Orange County. My dog today had an accident and he's paralyzed from his hind legs to the back. And my dad is here with me and we're really worried. I'm asking for help for Boston, for my dog who I love. He is my baby. We're gonna get you fixed. I swear with my hand to God.
Hi, gorgeous.
You want to sit down? He's going to move on you. So let's get you sit down, and then I'll put you right in front of him.
I love you so much, little boss. We're going to get you fixed. You look good. We're going to get you fixed. You'll be all right, little boss. Hi, my love. Mommy loves you. Okay.
I'm pulling a poll up in here because I'm so over this. This is too much. It's too much. Oh, it's too much for me. It is too much. And we did a story earlier today. It's overload, y'all. It's foolishness overload. I'm like, that poor dog probably had his nails clipped or something. Maybe spayed or neutered, maybe. But paralyzed and all of that. And on top of that, I don't follow her. So the thing I would love to know from those who have followed her or do is, have you seen that dog before that? Or was that the first time the dog even came up in a post or a conversation? Because usually if somebody's that into their dog, that crazy about that, like I had a dog when I first started YouTube. My dog ended up on my videos because I love my dog that much. And she was laying there and she wanted attention. I was recording. I was like, hell, pick my dog up. But so I'm wondering, did that dog ever exist in y'all realm prior to this horrible accident that she never even described? She said, oh, he got hurt, but she didn't say how. You starting to GoFundMe again. It's down, it's gone now, so I couldn't look and see. Did she describe what happened? Because if you're asking me for money for your dog's surgery, you gotta let me know what happened. The other piece is, you're supposed to be this successful, best-selling cookbooklet author. Where's your money? That's not something you should immediately need to come to your followers to do a GoFundMe for. You should be pretty well off at that point. And I've also wondered, from those of you who follow her, did the dog pop up after? Did you ever see the dog after? Did you see the dog with the front legs and the little wheelchair harness thing that they have for the dogs? Did we see that? Please, somebody let me know. Did we ever see that? Or did this dog pop in for this situation, not before ever, and not after since? And then I was feeling sorry for that vet, because it's probably like, this woman is crazy. Like, all I did was clip the dog's nails. What is she? She's sitting here distraught. But I did hear the doctor say that the dog was a little loopy. So obviously the dog had some level of a surgery. Again, it could be spayed or neuter. It could be all kinds of things. My dogs had, surgeries of different sorts that didn't mean that they, were paralyzed and stuff. So I don't even know why I'm giving so much energy to that. So, we're not done. We are not done. The other thing that she alleged is that, and I don't have any images and stuff for this, but the other thing that she alleged was that her father had a heart attack at some point, and I'm sorry. This happened. This is backstory that my source gave me, but I didn't get any receipts, so to speak. But if they said it happened. So they're saying that she posted a picture of an ambulance, but never posted a picture of her dad on a stretcher, nor of him ever being in the hospital at any point. So she just said her dad had a heart attack, but she was sure to take a picture of the ambulance. I see them all the time when I'm, out and about in places. I can just stop somewhere and just take a picture of an ambulance and then text y'all, be like, ooh, I'm on my way. Something happened. Please cash out me. Please go. I'm doing a GoFundMe. I stumped my baby toe. Like, what? Then this one. Now, y'all thought the dog one was something. Okay, I can let you lie on your dad go because you lied about so much other stuff. I'll let that slide. I wouldn't wish that on my parents if they were in good health, but You a different kind of person. We can tell that. You real different. This one though, when I saw this, I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Hold on, let me not lose my spot. I don't want to mess this up. So then she posted, this is similar to the dog situation, because I'm like, did we hear about this before, anytime before this, or have we heard of this anytime since? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me close this poll out because I want to be mixing my question. Do you even think she owns that dog? 95% of y'all like, she don't own that damn dog. Quit playing in our face. I'm with y'all. 5%, y'all be on somewhere else. I love y'all though. We all got, you know, it's like a family. We got all, it's a mixture of us. It's a melting pot. And I'm okay with that. I understand it. I love y'all. We're gonna pray for y'all though. So this other piece is the post that she put out here. Again, timeline, I'm not sure of exactly. She says, I miss my little one so bad, y'all. Always sad on this day. Send me some love. I could sure use it. Janesta, November 10th, 2000 to October 30th, 2005. She suffered from sickle cell anemia. I donated to their charity yearly to find a cure. Then, you know, she got well over, again, she knows how to manipulate. She knows how to manipulate. She got over 365 replies. And then she responds, thanks for the nice comments. I took time out to read them all. Made me feel better. So she posted about her, for those of you who, for the 30% who may have not understood what's happening here. This post is her remembering her daughter, who I guess this must have been on that particular day. She maybe it was on November 10th of 20. No, because this is from May. I don't know. Anyway, so she's saying that her daughter, her daughter passed October 30th of 2005. So she's saying this is her daughter. That's what we're gathering from this. Then I ain't do none of this. This stuff just has been presented on a silver platter to me. Like, this chick is making up about a daughter. And the reason they're saying that she made that up completely is because this cute little girl picture is all over Google. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that. She literally took a random girl's photo from Google. Y'all look, it's the same girl. The little girl got the same. Oh, I forget. I can see two images because I got the other one over here. Same outfit, same little smile, same. But I ain't done. I'm not done. I'm not done. When you look, because okay, maybe the 30% are probably saying, no, but that's her daughter, and her daughter pictures ended up on Google because she said she had sickle cell anemia and she donated to this charity, so that's how the baby picture got on there. It's her baby though. Okay. Or is the original source the real mama who did a blog post about her baby being biracial and how she was wondering if she was an epic failure to have her little black girl not basically recognize her black side or whatever. I didn't read the whole article. I just kind of glanced it. But right, Alice, Lord have mercy. So that was the webinar. We did finish that. We got through that. Now, again, we got through the webinars that I got over here that I've put together for this live stream. And remember, for one, I still don't even have my head wrapped around this entire situation. So that means there's still a lot of other ish I don't know. The other piece is I just told y'all at the beginning, damn, we're going into 3 hours. We're getting off of it soon. This story just gonna stop. But I told y'all at the beginning that I had well over 100 pieces of what we call assets, photos, posts, all these things I've been showing. I had well over 100. I couldn't even fit them all in here because this program doesn't allow me to do more than 100. But it's 30% of y'all probably like, oh, but you know, things happen. Okay. Okay, so then we move into the I'm tired, y'all. I'm like, do I want to do this now? I'm almost done. I got 4 more people. Well, really only 3, and then close it out. Not really even 3, like 2.5. Let me do a poll. Let me see. Should I finish this story? If I finish this story, we'll probably be here another, I would say probably 35. Like at the 3-hour mark, we would end this. Yeah, we'd be adding your comments in for sure. Like I got to try to get through some comments. Should I continue this story? Should I finish it? Or do y'all just want to call it quits? Is it too late? I did think about earlier. I was like, I probably should start this live. This should have been the afternoon live. Or I should have at least did it at 7, but I honestly wouldn't have been ready. 81% of it's the great majority of y'all who is saying let's stick with it. We did it. Took you 2 years or over a year, close to 2 years to get to this story. Get to work. So I hear y'all. Okay. So the list of accusations against Chef Talings extends beyond the Cookbook scam. She has been accused of stealing recipes, photos, images, and making false claims about her accomplishments. We just covered all that. So now we're going to examine the customer complaints regarding unfulfilled catering services from her followers and other products and services that were not given. I think I did not include the catering. I know I didn't. I didn't include the catering. Again, remember I told you I had to cut certain things off. So the catering part ain't in here. But just know, again, I told you there's a bunch of other stuff that she supposedly had a catering company, and then she scammed people out of their deposit. So people paid for a deposit for her to cater, and then it never happened. Anyway, so we move on to this customer is saying, I'm sorry, but until I get my refund requested on August 1st, I have to agree or you get your team in order since this is under your name and brand. She has no team. My order was placed in February. Still no cookbooklet. I requested my refund August 1st and was told 7 to 14 days. We are at the end of the month and still nothing. Messenger response twice about this 7 to 14 days. Oh, then it's another image to finish it. The money was taken immediate, though I'm now fighting for a refund. Bad business and unacceptable. I've got emails and messages to support this post. When you don't get product or refund in reasonable time, it makes potential customers feel like they have been scammed. Fix it, period. And then, so this was, they obviously posted like probably under one of her posts or something. Another thing she has been accused of being notorious for, which Darius Crooks is also notorious for, really a lot of internet scammers, all internet scammers, they're notorious for deleting people's comments so that they don't, so that unsuspecting people don't see them and be like, wait a minute, it's a bunch. I just seen 3 people saying they didn't get their stuff, you know, or I see more people saying they got issues with orders than people who are complimenting the food and stuff. So that doesn't happen. They just delete. And so she's been accused of doing that as well. So, I I mentioned that, you know, she's been suspected of purchasing bots, etc. So again, as I stated earlier when we first started, I'm fair. I want to give both sides of the story. And so we're going to go over at least a couple pieces of what I have as her responses and rebuttals to these situations that she's been accused of. Not all of them, but just in a certain round. And for the 88% of you who said you want this story to finish, we're going to finish the story. And to the 12% of you who said no for various reasons, could be that you have to go to bed, it could be that you're not interested anymore, et cetera, et cetera. You can, you know, we'll see you. Have a good night. And, you know, if you want to check it out later because you just got to go to bed, watch the replay. I'm going to put the little timestamp chapter things. Probably ain't doing that tonight, but I'll do it. And so you could easily find your place where you left off and all that good stuff. So we'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good night. All right. For the rest of us, let's continue. So this is Chef Talings. I just cannot pronounce it right. Like I keep changing the pronunciation. Oh, I was trying to fix this. Hold on. Whole screen moving. Update. I'm trying to find where I can read it good. Okay, here we go. Update. Hope this reassures you. So this is to her followers. If you are awaiting your splurge recipe book or deluxe dishes cookbooklet, please check your email for your tracking number and or mailbox between October 3rd through October 5th of 2022. My apologies for the delay due to printing issues. Still got these printing issues. Now, at this point, she's on her second cookbooklet. So the splurge has gone out. Well, has been around. And then remember, she had the deluxe dishes. And so then number 2, she says, refunds were issued yesterday and again tomorrow for the few customers who requested it recently. So she's saying a few customers. I'm sure it was a truckload of customers like, give me my damn money back. It's been 6 months. Give my money back. Number 3, she says, if you didn't download your ebook in time or have paid and lost your copy, I will resend it to you immediately. Just email me the link below with your order number. And then number 4, there were a few utterly disrespectful people commenting on my page who were blocked. That's unacceptable whether you purchased a book or not. You will or have already received a refund and the order. So they received their refund or order, but they're still dragging you. Chances are that's not the case. Chances are very great that's not the case. For some reason, I was sent these screenshots, so it skipped. What was that? It left off on 4, so we're missing 5 and 6. So now we jump to 7. Says, please don't attach my name to any phony, forged criminal records that have zero to do with me. That is known as defamation and slander. You'll have to prove what you claim. I think we just did that, so I ain't worried about no defamation. I ain't worried about it. I know how the system works. You'll have to prove what you claim and or post in a court of law, and guaranteed you will not be able to. People literally got the court. I got them right here. Again, I ain't finna share no screen and all. We ain't got to go into all that. I don't care about her like that. Well, I got them right here, and on top of that, all this other stuff and stuff I couldn't even add in here. Over 100 some assets. She ain't talking to me no way, but these idle threats. You know what it takes to be able to sue somebody for defamation? Obviously, you don't. Anyway, so number 8 is everything you see on my social media pages, I cooked, baked, grilled, roasted, whatever. Where's your commas? I made it plain and simple, so deal with it. I guess you made everything except for when you were on live. I mean, quit playing off. I ain't finna even go down that track. Why keep gaslighting the people? Why keep gas? Just ignore the comments or something. I don't know. But act like it doesn't exist. Create a different narrative. Don't play in people's face like that. Everything you see on my social media pages, I cooked, baked, grilled, roasted, whatever. Her cooking skills are missing like these commas between these words. Anyway, number 9, if you see my food pic on a website that I did not create, this is known as phishing attacks. I tried to tell you this years ago when there were 334 pages / profiles created on Facebook imitating me, stealing my work in an attempt to hack you. What, girl? Do your research first and check dates. Well, we did the research. I could have did better with the chronological order of this. But anyway, I promise you it was prepared and posted right here by me before someone placed it on those fraud sites. Don't click those links. So far, 2 TikTok sites have been banned for sharing phishing links using my work. Girl, name them. Number 10. I'll be posting all brand new dishes from here on to have a 4th and final book in the works. Yep. Why final? You're so great at what you do. Ain't this your profession? Only after 4 books? Even Crook's trying to make it up to 20 books or something, 25, something like that. I mean, these books are selling hundreds of thousands of copies and you're winning bestseller community awards. Why wouldn't you continue doing that? You're going to find a new grift? You got a new grift. That's what it is. Okay. Anyway, lastly, just because someone clicks the record button and posts a TikTok and YouTube video doesn't mean it's accurate. I think she's talking about me. She's talking about us, y'all. I mean, you're right. She's right. But then when they got all these receipts and backing it up and people have like a whole archive, like this ain't ish. What I just showed y'all ain't nothing compared to what the people, again, there's a whole Facebook group that got her website shut down. They got way more than that. This is like a little sample. I just gave y'all a little taste. I gave y'all an hors d'oeuvre of what's out there. Anyway, so she goes on, stop believing the lies people tell you, people tell just to get followers for compensation. Girl, half the people don't know you. 70% of the people watching don't know you. So how the hell are you bringing followers? Oh, God. Compensation by using the brand names to draw attention. You're not a brand. Okay, you are a brand. I'll give you that. It's a scamming brand, but it's a brand. That also will get you sued expeditiously. And girl, and all your accounts shut down for good. Get your facts straight before you man up on your videos and groups. I don't know because I'm not even the only person. I know she ain't talking about me yet because she ain't seen this yet. But there's a lot of videos out on her. Well, I'd say there's a handful of videos out on her, and it's slowly growing. So like you Google her, you'll see the scamming stuff and the scamming videos pop up. It's like Darius Crooks. So, I mean, she just hopes the bulk of her followers don't ever see it or don't believe it because she says stuff like this. Just because somebody hit a record button don't mean it's true. That's true. But then when they back it up and they got all the receipts and stuff, then okay. And you use your, critical thinking skills. Anyway, she says, I enjoy Facebook and Instagram. Okay, she's on Instagram too, I guess. And I have no intentions of going anywhere. I wouldn't do that to my customers or my followers. This is God's plan. I'm just sharing my journey and love for cooking along the path I was given. Blessings, Chef Talings. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot this. Here's another, just random, yet another photo, thirst trapping. She's saying that it is Gemini season in this one. And I have a question because when I was like, oh, she's a Gemini, and I was like wondering to myself, because I know I have one friend that knows a Gemini. I feel like I know a couple Geminis, maybe 2 or 3. But I was just wondering, is this typical behavior for Gemini, what we've just gone over. I don't know. Some of you are Gemini, some of you know Geminis, and I was just curious what you guys would say about that. The Gemini I know that I'm thinking of is definitely not like this, but you know, they do have two sides and all that though. Let's see. We're almost done. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we're ready for the comments. This last little piece, I ain't really got to dig no deeper because some of this is repetitive. So it's jumping. Ooh, Jesus. It was like at 70-something% no, and then it almost went even. Jesus. Oh, I feel bad for y'all Geminis. Renee S is saying, yes, typical for some Geminis. I ain't trying to start no beefing in the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, I like us to get along. You know, I like a certain tone around here. Wow. I did not expect it to be nearly even. Is this typical behavior for a Gemini? 58% of you say yes. 41% of you say no. It's like, I was expecting the majority to be like, oh, no, that's just isolated to this person. So lastly, so now we're moving into the comments. But the last poll that I got for y'all, well, no, that's not the last. I got one more. But anyway, asking, do you believe these allegations and stories about Chef Talings are true? Do you believe it? What I've showed you thus far. There were like, I'm not going to do it because I'm just tired of reading at this point, and I'm about to read y'all comments. But there were like customer complaints. There was also her using burner accounts to combat these people in their comments. It was interesting. Like, let me see if I can find at least her responses real quick if I remember the username. I may not. Oh. Okay, I think this is okay. This is one of them that I think was her, like one of her bot accounts. This person says, "No, this can't be it. This ain't it. That ain't the one." Maybe no. Maybe I don't have them. Forget it. My brain is fried. I do have it, but I don't know where I put it. I may have skipped over it. But anyway, let's get to y'all comments so we can go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, because we got like less than 18 minutes. Let me jump to the excuse me, y'all. Let me jump to the comments. Akuma saying this is great. Glad you are calling out Tadpole. I didn't know. I'm wondering what the Tadpole name is. I saw that in something, but I didn't know what that meant. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why y'all call her that. Gilda is saying, I need him to look into my family story in the town of Green Pond, South Carolina. I texted and told him about it. Very interesting story. Gilda, if that is the story about, I'm forgetting the people's name, but the 101-year-old grandmother and the fire and all of that, I'm actually doing that story. I have it right here. What am I calling it? Maybe I didn't move it over to this other category yet. The Magwood, it's the Magwood area. So let me know. Hopefully you're still in there so you can let me know in the live chat. I'll kind of glance over here. But anyway, if you're talking about that story, because I know someone was texting me about something similar to that, I am working on that story. I'm only one man, like literally. And then with the situation with Carly Russell, and now that's literally been 3 videos that I had to do that I wasn't expecting. If it wasn't for that, honestly, I would have been done. It's a lot, y'all. I know I make it look easy, but it's a lot pulling it all together. So if you're talking about that story, it's coming. It's literally almost done, and it'll get out one day before the end of this week for sure. In a live stream. I'm doing live on it too. Shannon B is saying, I had to stop following her during the pandemic. She's a hot mess. Yeah, I think at this point we the great majority of us, except for 3%, and the 3% might be her and her bots, and a couple of flying monkeys. A Teller is saying this lady has done everything in the book. Yeah, and these are comments from earlier, like when we first started. So people are clear on it now. Just know it's raw. It's saying Steph and Tosh spoke on her and some money she owed them. Not sure if they got it back. I'm not sure of those people. Kyra's World says, instead of sending people their books, she would post another photo, thirst trap photo, redirecting attention on her page. And again, these are comments from earlier in the live. These are like in our first 10 minutes of the live. So they're kind of giving y'all some headway. So I don't know if y'all were noticing these comments. And we pretty much just went over it. You see, there's alignment. I wasn't talking with them. They didn't know what I was going to cover tonight. There's alignment. Nicole Driver is saying these images of her are giving off stalker all up in the bushes type vibes, Yikes. Yeah. Akum is saying a scammer, catfish, non-certified chef, telling, yeah. 25 case and they sent you, right. And it's just the reaches. Paralegals are researchers. She won the whole case for the lady. What? She was picked to compete against Gordon Ramsay. I know that's news to him. So I don't know if Kyra's World is still in the chat, but I'm curious because I did mention, geez, I'm forgetting it. Oh, my brain. I'm forgetting the name. Bobby Flay. I went over Bobby Flay, but was it Bobby Flay and she claimed that Gordon Ramsay wanted her to compete? Akum is saying she even claimed to have a chance to go against. Okay, so again, we're on the same page here. Now I went over that. Again, these were from earlier in the evening. So for those of you who are like, well, he just said that they said this before I got to that piece. Reality show Binger is saying, woo child, somebody needs to be reported to the bar for the unauthorized practice of law. Who admits that this online? A person who's looking for clout and looking for clout from people who don't know no better. That's who. Right, boiling fish on a hot plate, because that's what she was doing. No, she stole that page and lady's number. I'm not sure what that means. That was earlier, so I don't know what I was talking about in that moment. Shannon B is saying, I was going to buy her e-booklet splurge, but nobody ever got their book, so I never ordered one. Thank God you did not. And even when people got them, they weren't complete books because she was just cutting and pasting from all over the internets. Her and Tim, Miss Robbie would probably get along, yeah. Miss Robbie Sama, rather. Paula S is saying, you never saw her actually cook. You see the food when it's already done. I knew she was a scammer. I learned about her when they was talking about dairy. Yeah, that's how I learned about her as well, is because I was covering Darius Crooks, which we've got a ton of content coming on that. Just got to get around to it. But I got some plans of some new series to do with that as well. But yeah, I was covering that, and then through that, I started getting people inboxing me, DMing me, asking me to look into this situation. So yes, same situation through Darius's crook scamming was how I learned about this. Filthy House is giving off roaches vibes. She can keep all that extra protein. Yeah. That house was, I just cannot, you are obviously not a clean person if you're, I mean, she didn't even think to like, let me clean one area of the house, of the room, and only film in this direction. There's people do that, YouTubers and stuff, they do that, trust me. I've been guilty of that. Like, oh, this is messed up. Let me push that to the side. But like the fact that she wouldn't even do that, and again, years of doing this social media influencing shows that she's not really doing this at all. She's just using this. It's a grift. People still waiting on cookbooks from 3 years ago, right? Those people need to really hang it up. Oh hell, she took a page out of Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Yeah. Well, but the thing is, at least he's making money. Darius Crooks is making money. She ain't really making real money. You can tell that. She's just like, she's getting enough to get by, which is another thing that tells me she doesn't really have a true large following, because she's not able to monetize it. Because in order to monetize it, you got to have the engagement. And she doesn't really have the engagement because it's bots. So, and those brand deals and all that, they have systems to be able to detect all of that. Akuma is saying she never cooked anything in her life. It looked like it. I mean, it don't even look like she took the time to watch a YouTube video on how to fry tilapia catfish before she got on, because that was bad. That was real bad. That was horrible. It don't seem like she used, again, for someone, if she really did what she claims she does for a living, she's a social media, or even just a professional chef, there was no level of a professional chef, not a home taught cook, will prepare their area first. They don't fumble around the kitchen. Not a professional chef. They got their ish together. They know where everything is. They got their plan of action, all of that before they even turn that camera on. She just showed that she, I don't know what in the world made her think that she was going to be able to pull that off and fool people. I mean, but I'm sure it probably worked for some people. I mean, there's always the outliers. Child, at this point, I'm a chef. I cook daily for my son. LOL. I can't with these people. Exactly. People throw around this. I wish they make it illegal, like doctors. Like you can't just call yourself or police officer. You can't just call yourself no police officer. So I wish they would do that with chefs. Like you got to be certified. And if you're not, you go to jail for lying. Talk about you a chef. I'm getting a I can barely boil water vibe. Yeah, she just seemed very uncomfortable in the kitchen. Like I said, I'm not a daily cook. I don't like to cook like that, but I know how to cook, and you're not going to see me fumbling in the kitchen. And I'm not on there every day posting pictures like I'm creating all these extravagant meals. Tyra Jones is saying, don't forget to the GoFundMe for the, yeah, we got to that too. So that was earlier. Yeah, that was 30 minutes into the live. I ain't forget. That's why I have my notes over here. Also, that pic looks more like the exact same identical twins. Yeah, all those pictures of the food in the beginning. She on her B Simone. I need to learn more about people are now saying B Simone is a straight up scammer. That's new. That part is news to me again. And I know I subscribed to her YouTube channel. I used to follow her when she first was breaking through, but then the vibe wasn't working for me at a certain point anymore. So I just kind of stopped paying attention to her. But I didn't know that there was those besides the plagiarized book thing, but I hadn't heard anything else. So it's interesting you're saying that. Wonder what I'm missing. Nicole Driver is saying, I have my bottle of frozen Kool-Aid next to me. I like to keep my ingredients simple, like Kool-Aid, packaged sugar, and HTL stir until your arms get tired and then refrigerate. Yeah, I mean, Kool-Aid ain't complicated. I have not had Kool-Aid in years. And I thought about that when I was pulling that. I'm like, I don't even like Kool-Aid anymore. I know I haven't had it in years, but I know the last time I had it, I just was like a little sick to my stomach because I felt like I was just drinking sugar. And I don't like things to be that sweet anymore. But I did grow up drinking Kool-Aid, but I wouldn't drink it now. Not on purpose. Key Got Jokes is saying people gotta start watermarking their food pics now. Well, the thing, yeah, and you're correct. People gotta, like, even me when I do certain things now, try to remember to watermark it. The thing about it, though, what they're accusing her of is she photoshops their watermarks out and then, reuse it, or she finds the people who aren't doing that or post that where they aren't doing that. And you don't really see that a lot, like on a Pinterest or Reddit and stuff like that. So she goes, and smaller influencers wouldn't necessarily know that either. So those are the places where she really goes. Lied on that child, saying it passed, and said it was hers when the child is someone else's and alive. Yeah, that's deep. That was deep. When I saw that, I was like, what? What chef doesn't know what a thermometer is? Oh, did she call it a heat thingy? I missed that. To A. Taylor, I missed that. I'm gonna have to just listen. We'll go watch it. No, let's do it together. Well, let's see. I wonder what part where she did it though, because it was pretty long. You gotta be curious. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I can't believe she called it.
Goodness, and I'm just. And I have right on it. I'm just gonna.
Because she used it a couple times.
50, that's time.
Here we go. Maybe, hopefully, if she ain't do it here, I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
And make sure it's hot enough. It seems like it's good enough there. So when it gets to 350, that's the time you want to fry. So it's not there yet. So we're gonna let that just soak for a second.
Okay, I'll let it go. I wanted to hear her say it though. Heat thingy. That is funny. I mean, she's supposed to be a whole certified chef who is also a social media influencer chef, which is a career. It's a job, and it, like any job, it takes training, it takes skills. You get better with time. I mean, I've been at this now. What is this channel? Like, I think it's going to, what is it, 2.5 years or something? I don't know. I ain't lost count. No, it's 3 years. Because May 24th of 2020 is when I started this channel. What it looked like today is worlds apart from what it looked like 3 years ago when I first got on camera. She looked like after, and at that point she did that. That was what, 3 years, 4 years in or more, probably more, 4 or 5 years in. And she looked like that was the first time she picked up a camera phone. She didn't even have a tripod. She didn't have a tripod. I mean, as you grow in this industry, you start to acquire, y'all can't see everything around me. It's a ton of stuff around. Y'all see that? That's an extra computer because that's what the stuff you need. There's another monitor there. There's lighting up here. Those are things you get over time, and like you see none of that for her, who is been doing this longer than me even, and has a way larger following on paper than me. That's the part. Those were all the red flags for me with that situation. I was like, oh no. That ain't how that works. In my Randy Jackson voice, that's a no for me, dog. No, sir, no, ma'am. Yeah, it's crazy. Just a couple more comments and then I'm gonna let y'all go. She claimed to have 3 cookbooks actually, and has won numerous awards. Yeah, for her excellent cooking skills and cookbook. Yeah, we went over that too. This was an earlier comment as well, so probably before I got to that segment. There was these comments were all early. I'm noticing there weren't any start comments from later in our live, but Osol is saying her post has more pages than her cookbooks. Yeah, her cookbooklets. And again, thank you so much, Tanya Bulls, for the super chat. She attends the Darius Cook Culinary Institute, right? Yeah, thank you again for your super chat. I really appreciate that. But with that, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I wish I could have gotten to the more comments later in the live, but we're working through some stuff. It'll all come together. But with that, let me close out this poll. Let me close out the poll. Do you believe the allegations and stories about Chef Talings are true? 93% of you at this point say that you believe that it is in fact true, and 6% of you say no. And so I'm assuming Hey, Chef Tylene. You at least one of those percentage points. And then maybe some of the flying monkeys. But anyway, thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all will see me very soon. We'll see. I think I'm coming. I'm trying to get in the habit of pushing through as I did with corporate America. This is a lot creatively and it drains me real quickly and all of that. But this is a job and I got to start treating it more like a job. So there's a good chance y'all will see me tomorrow, either in a pre-recorded video or live, and probably live because it's just easier. So make sure that you are following me on all of my platforms, and you can click that link above to the link in the pinned link in the chat above takes you to my link tree, which will link you to all of my social media platforms and like all the places you can connect with me, and the VIP text community, and the VIP Facebook group are great places to go so that you can actually know when I go live. I post notifications there and other tidbits when I'm not on here. And that's why I'll be posting tomorrow to let you know what time I decide to go live, because it may be an earlier live. Most likely it probably will be, because I think I want my evening tomorrow. Might be an earlier live, or I might sleep in and decide I'm going to do a later live. But either way, you'll know if you are following me on those platforms, because you'll get the notification. So with that, y'all have a great night. Thanks again for the shenanigans. I had an amazing time, even with the 31%. I love y'all all, and y'all have a great night. Take care and be blessed. Peace.